The recording or webcast may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. Closed session topic items are as follows. We have 2.1 recommended expulsions, 2.2 recommended reinstatements, 2.3 recommended continue expulsions, 2.4 recommended suspended expulsions, 2.5 public employee assignment, reassignment, appointment, 2.6 public employee discipline, dismissal, release, complaints, 2.7 conference with labor negotiator, 2.8 conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, 2.9 conference with real property negotiators, 2.10 anticipated litigation, 2.11 public employee evaluation. Public comment. Public comment on any closed session item will be heard at this time pursuant to board policy. The board may limit individual comments to no more than 3 minutes and individual topics to 20 minutes. It is recommended you begin your comments by stating your name. Are there any? Seeing that there's no public comment, the board will now adjourn to closed session. Welcome. We will now convene the regular session. Alondra Morin will serve as a Spanish interpreter for this meeting. Meeting attendees who would like to listen to the Spanish interpretation of the proceedings, please pick up headphones from the table located in the back of this room. This announcement will now be shared in Spanish.
Alondra Morán servirá como intérprete al español para esta reunión. Invitamos a los asistentes de la reunión que deseen escuchar la interpretación al español, el ir por audífonos a la mesa ubicada al fondo de esta sala de reuniones. Gracias.
Thank you. This meeting is being webcast live and recorded. The recording or webcast may capture images and sounds of those attending the meeting. Members of the public who would like to provide public comment on items listed on tonight's agenda, we recommend you fill out the public comment form, which is the green form, located on the table at the northeast entrance of this room. Please hand the completed form to Board Manager Monica Andrew before the item comes up on the agenda. We recommend you complete a separate form for each agenda item on which you would like to comment. Ms. Andrew is in the back of this meeting room. Actually, she's over here. Members of the public providing public comment, please use the microphone on the stand located in front of the room. And 3.4 Pledge Allegiance, Board Member Walter Gamoyan will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Item 3.5, report action taken in closed session. And we do have some things that were taken in closed session. In closed session on May 1st, 2025, the board appointed Dominique Rivera to the position of principal of Creekside Community Day School. Dominique Rivera currently serves as the assistant principal of Creekside Community Day School. She began her career as an education specialist at Woodlake High School, where she taught for 5 years. While working in Woodlake, Ms. Rivera supported in the role of induction professional development presenter at Tulare County Office of Ed, serving in the capacity for 2 years. She then joined Visalia Unified School District as an elementary school teacher, where she served for 4 years at Global Learning Charter School. Afterward, she transitioned into the role of teacher on special assignment for student services, where she served for 2 years before being appointed to her current position, where she has remained dedicated for the past 2 years. Ms. Rivera holds a Bachelor of Arts in Latin American and Latino Studies from University of California, Santa Cruz, and a Master's of Arts in Special Education from California State University, Fresno. She holds both a multiple subject BCLAD in Spanish teaching credential and an Ed Specialist teaching credential, in addition to an administrative service credential. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to Ms. Dominique Rivera. In closed session on May 1st, 2025, the board appointed Brian Stagg to the position of principal of Compass Learning Center. Brian Stagg has dedicated 11 years of service to Visalia Unified School District. He began his career in education as a psychologist, accumulating 18 years of experience across multiple districts, including Alhambra Elementary School District, Newman Crows Landing Unified School District, Tulare County Office of Ed, and Visalia Unified School District. Currently, Mr. Stagg serves as a program consultant in the Special Education Department. Prior to this role, he spent 2 years as a coordinator in the educational services. In addition to his work in the district, Mr. Stagg is a licensed educational psychologist and has held roles as an adjunct teacher and instructor for the Impact program at Tulare County Office of Ed. He is also an adjunct professor at California State University, Fresno. Mr. Stagg holds a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from the University of Utah, a Master of Arts in Educational Psychology, and an Educational Specialist degree from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. He is a board-certified behavior analyst and holds a pupil personnel services credential and an administrative services credential. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to Mr. Brian Stagg. In closed session on May 1st, 2025, the board appointed Steve Mueller to the position of principal of Ridgeview Middle School. Stephen Mueller currently serves as the assistant principal of John F. Kennedy Junior High within the Hanford Elementary School District, a position he has held for the past 5 years. Prior to this, he served as the assistant principal at both Valley Oak and La Jolla Middle Schools within the VUSD for a total of 3 years. Mr. Mueller began his educational career as a teacher, instructing 1st, 4th, and 8th grades at Hanford Elementary School District for a total of 6 years. Mr. Mueller holds a Bachelor of Science in Recreation Administration and Leisure Studies with an emphasis in outdoor adventure and tourism. Well, that's intriguing. As well as a Master of Arts in Education Administration from California State University, Fresno. He is also credentialed with a multiple subject teaching credential and an administrative services credential. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to Mr. Stephen Mueller. We can help plan some of our trips. In closed session on May 1st, 2025, the board appointed Abigail Cravens to the position of principal of Viva Blunt Elementary School. Abigail Cravens currently serves as the principal of Lemoore Online College Preparatory High School, a role she has held for the past 3 years. Before this, she was the principal of Castle Rock Elementary School for 1 year and the director of the Woodlake Educational Options Program for 2 years at Woodlake Unified School District. Ms. Cravens brings over a decade of teaching experience, having taught 6th and 7th grades across various districts throughout California for 11 years. Additionally, she served as the college and careers teacher at Redwood High School for 1 year. Her leadership experience also includes serving as the summer school principal for 1 year and an assistant principal for the 2 years at Dinuba High School. Ms. Cravens holds a Bachelor of Arts in History and the Study of Religion from the University of California, San Diego, and a Master of Arts in Education with a focus of English learners from the University of California, Davis. She holds a multiple subject teaching credential, a single subject teaching credential, and an administrative services credential. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to Ms. Abigail Cravens. In closed session on May 1st, 2025, the board ratified Luis Dominguez's appointment to the position of Director of Transportation. Luis Dominguez has been employed with Frito-Lay for the past 7 years, beginning his career as a packaging manager in Bakersfield, California. Over time, he advanced into the role of a fleet maintenance manager overseeing multiple sites in Rosenberg, Texas. Prior to this tenure with Frito-Lay, Mr. Dominguez served in the United States Marine Corps for 4 years as a radio operations lead. Mr. Dominguez holds a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from California State University, Fresno, and a Master of Business Administration from California State University, Bakersfield. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to Mr. Luis Dominguez. And last but not least, in closed session tonight, on a motion by Board Member Odo and a second by Board Member Villegas, the board agreed unanimously to appoint Marlena Salaya to the position of Director of State and Federal Funding. Marlena Celaya is currently the principal of Orosi High School. She began her career in education as a math teacher in Dinuba High School, where she taught for 7 years. Following her teaching experience, Ms. Celaya transitioned into an assistant principal role at Dinuba High School, where she served for 4 years. She then took on leadership roles as principal at both El Monte Middle School and Orosi High School, accumulating a combined total of 7 years of service in these positions. Ms. Celaya holds a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics and a Master of Arts in Educational Leadership and Administration from the California State University, Fresno. She holds a single subject teaching credential and administrative services credential. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations to Ms. Marlena Celaya. Moving right along. 3.6, revisions to enclosure items and adoption of the board meeting agenda. There are revised enclosures numbers 5.1, 5.2, 7.3, 7.14, and 7.15. Do I have a motion to adopt the board meeting agenda?
I'll move. Yeah.
I'll second.
On a motion by Board Member Belt, seconded by Board Member Gaby. Please vote. Oh, wrong thing.
Motion passes 7-0. Student representative votes yes.
And now to one of my favorite times of the evening, student performance, Golden West High School Dance. Presenter is Assistant Superintendent of Learning and Leadership, Mark Thompson.
Yes. Good evening, Board President Naylor, board members. Do you guys actually want to go ahead and move on out? We can begin to do that. Golden West dance team, if you guys want to come in, then I'll introduce you once you guys are in here. I know many parents are here tonight because you're here for an award ceremony, and we're going to get to that. But to start off each of our meetings, we always start with a VAPA performance, just a couple minutes just to set the mood for why we're here, which is to show the amazing talents of our students and invest in them, and make sure that they're on the forefront of all that we do. So tonight we have Golden West Dance Program under the direction of Summer Cullum and Caitlin Henry. Tonight, members of the dance program will be performing a waltz to Once Upon a December from the movie Anastasia. This dance was choreographed by these students and will be performed at the Golden West Spring Dance Show later on this year. Take it away, guys.
Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December. Someone holds me safe and warm, horses prance through a silver storm, figures dancing gracefully across my memory. Someone holds me safe and warm, horses prance through a silver storm, figures dancing gracefully across my memory. Far away, long ago, glowing dim as an ember, things my heart used to know, things it yearns to remember. And a song someone sings
Thank you. Thank you. That was Golden West dance team. Let's give them one more big round of applause. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful. Okay, moving on to public recognition, 4.1, recognition of student representatives to the board. Our presenter is going to be our superintendent, Kirk Schrum.
Thank you, President Naylor, board members. Also, great job, Golden West. Always, as Mark said, we begin all of our board meetings with student entertainment, just as a way to remind us, why we're here. We're here for our students, and so thank you so much for that. President Naylor is going to help me here with one of my favorite pieces of recognition. Tonight, we'll recognize 7 student representatives to the school board. Throughout the school year, these students have provided the board with updates and insight into student life at each of our high schools. Student board representatives play an important role by expressing their opinions and perspectives, not only through their voting at board meetings, but most of them also serve on my student advisory, so we meet in addition to that. They have thoughtfully shared their voice and perspective on district and school matters, and we're grateful for their invaluable input. On behalf of the Board of Education and myself, we appreciate your service to the board and the Visalia Unified School District community. So also another thing, I want to commend our board, because not every school board has a student board rep or a student board program. And so very proud that our board for years has supported having a student voice on our board meetings. So now I'm going to call up each representative, ask them to remain standing in front. President Naylor will give you a plaque, and then we'll come up for a photo. So first we have from El Diamante High School, Diego Medina Gutierrez. From Golden West, Derek Gonzalez. From Mount Whitney High School, Maria Videk. From Redwood High School, Taylor Langford. From Sequoia High School, Carla Josefina Ortiz Rivera. From Visalia Charter Independent Study, Riley Armas. Just beginning his service tonight, yeah. And then I think, do we have our member from VTech? I don't think so, not here tonight. So, all right. Let's give them another big round of applause.
Moving on to 4.2, we have Student Achievement Awards. Our presenter is going to be Assistant Superintendent of Learning and Leadership, Mr. Mark Thompson.
Good evening again, Board President Naylor, board members, and and Superintendent Kirk Schrum. I am Mark Thompson, Assistant Superintendent of Learning and Leadership, and tonight it is my pleasure, along with our principals, to recognize outstanding high school students in the areas of visual and performing arts, consumer and family studies, industrial technology, reading growth, social science, and agriculture, along with educational options, overall academic achievement. The board will also recognize the United Students Association of Visalia, the USAV, Spring Student of the Season. USAV consists of Visalia Unified School District secondary students dedicated to improving educational programs and represent students' views to the Board of Education. These students represent the best of the best from our schools in the areas from which they have been selected, and we are very proud of them for their accomplishments and how they represent their school and our district. Each of them is certainly worthy of special recognition tonight. But before we begin, I would first like to recognize the parents in this room. Thank you guys so much for the support you do for your students each and every day. Let's give our parents a hand for their support for their students. And also another group that's in here tonight is the teachers that support them. So let's give a big hand to those teachers that are supporting them in those classrooms each and every day. We are happy tonight to be able to take time to honor these students and to hear about their accomplishments. Students, you will receive a medal as part of your recognition, which you are invited to wear at your commencement ceremony, which will be coming up here in just a couple weeks. Our communication team has created, we do have the QR codes in the back, so if any pictures that are taken tonight, if you grab that QR code, you can find those pictures for you and get access to those. At this time, I'd like to invite up Tammy Olson, principal of Visalia Adult School, and she will get us started. Go and use that blue line.
All right, first tonight, we'd like to honor Irene Freeman. Tonight, we honor Irene for her academic progress and commitment to learning in our high school equivalency program. She navigated dividing her focus and energy between important roles: mother, wife, physical caretaker of her own mother, and completing 4 of her 5 high-set subject tests, with the last one coming next Thursday. Sadly, her mother recently passed, but Irene decided to continue preparing for her final exam as a way to heal and remain engaged in her positive place, the classroom. Congratulations on your accomplishments, Irene. You are an amazing person and have been an inspiration to many others in your class. Tonight, we're also proud to honor Maribel Bejar Perez. Quoting Maribel's teacher, she's one of the most determined and hardworking students I have ever met. As a single mom, Maribel's goal is to build a better future for herself and her kids. She began at VAS as an ESL student. Then she received her Spanish GED. Then she completed one of our integrated English training Office Skills 1 class, and now is currently enrolled in the Office Skills 2 class. She also recently got hired as an intern through Proteus to work as a case aide at Parenting Network, where she helps others. Your growth this year has been amazing, and it's been fun to watch you, Maribel. Congratulations.
All right, next up, we have from Visalia Technical Early College High School, the principal, Mr. Scott Braun.
Hey, how are you? Good evening. I'm proud to present the VTech's Agricultural Spring Achievement Award to Kelly Christie. She has completed 12 COS courses and was a dedicated VTech FFA officer for the last 3 years. Mr. Wyrick describes her as one of the most resilient young people he's worked with, raising every livestock animal offered at VTech and inspiring others with her knowledge and courage. Kelly is a completer of the animal science pathway, also raises animals outside of school. Her passion for agricultural runs deep. She'll continue her journey at Kansas State University next year. Kelly Christie. I proudly present VTEC's Agricultural Spring Achievement Award to Olivia Lamarsna. This year's Outstanding VTEC Ag Student, a dynamic leader, she serves as the VTEC FFA President and Sectional Secretary, raises and shows both beef, cattle, and sits on the Tulare Junior Fair Board. She's competed in public speaking, placing fourth in sectional prepared and advancing to regionals. With 8 COS classes and 3.02 GPA, Olivia balances academics with leadership. Her dedication and spirit have left a lasting legacy at VTEC. Go Red Raiders. Next, I proudly present VTEC's Spring Overall Achievement Award to Madison Stidman. Madison is a California State Wildlife Production Placement Proficiency winner. With a 4.06 GPA, 9 dual enrollment courses, and a CSF Life membership, Madison exemplifies academic excellence and commitment. Mr. Wyrick says it takes guts to step into a pen with wild animals, but true tenacity is to load an injured one into your car and drive it an hour to Critter Creek. Madison's determination and passion for agriculture set Madison apart and inspired those around Madison. Congratulations, Madison. I have a student taking a COS final today, so she's not here right now. I proudly present VTEC's Spring Overall Achievement Award to Sophia Brantley, an early graduate. Go ahead. Not only is she a VTEC early graduate, she earned a double AA from COS with over 310 credits and an outstanding achievement. A CSF Life member, she quietly led through action, building strong relationships, and starting the Home Economics Club while staying active in others. Her leadership, humility, and commitment to excellence have shaped VTEC's culture. Sophia truly embodies what means to lead with purpose and heart. This fall, she will continue her journey at Mount St. Mary's. Sophia Brantley.
Come on up. Next up is Sequoia High School. We have Yolanda Monsteves. I said it.
Good evening. I have the pleasure of introducing Skylar Rodriguez. Skylar was nominated by her teacher. Skylar's receiving the Overall Student Achievement Award. She was nominated by her art teacher, Ms. Lopez, for being an exceptional art student. She is not only quick to understand a concept, but adapts to whatever is being asked of her without losing her own sense of art style. Everything she creates is a reflection of who she is. Skyla has also participated in the Forestry Challenge in San Bernardino with the forestry class here at Sequoia. She has maintained a 3.0 GPA and has petitioned to return to Golden West in the fall. Great job, Skyla. Sequoia's next student is Joby Castro. Joby is an invaluable member of the Sequoia High School team. Joby was nominated by his ASB teacher, Ms. Duarte. Joby has improved incredibly since arriving at Sequoia. He is a member of our basketball team and is also in our student leadership group. Joby has taken his education from dark nights to bright days as he earns credits and is closer to achieving his goal of graduating. Joby will attend COS after graduating from Sequoia. Congratulations, Joby.
All right, next up, we have Visalia Charter Independent Study with Mrs. Carly Hawkins.
Good evening. First tonight, for overall achievement, VCIS would like to recognize Shad Al-Sadi. Shad is an exceptional student with a 4.30 weighted GPA and #1 in her class. She recently earned the State Seal of Biliteracy in Arabic and is also currently working on mastering Chinese. Since moving to the U.S. in 2020, she has shown remarkable dedication and determination in her academics. She'll be graduating a year early as a junior, having completed her A through G requirements and meeting CCR. She has also successfully completed 4 College of the Sequoia courses, 3 in fashion and 1 in sewing. Shaw will continue her education at COS, pursuing her passion with a major in fashion design. Congratulations to Shad Al-Sadi. Next tonight, VCIS would like to recognize Kimora Berry. Kimora embodies dedication, passion, and a love for learning. She is currently ranked 5th in her class and is always challenging herself academically. Her perseverance and kindness have made her a standout student. Kimora approaches every challenge with grace and determination. While attending VCIS, she continued to pursue her passion for volleyball, competing at her home site for Golden West all 4 years. She will be attending Stanislaus State University in the fall and pursuing a degree in the field of psychology. Her hard work and passion for excellence have been remarkable, and I have no doubt she will continue to achieve great things. Congratulations to Kimora Berry. Tonight, our first USAV recipient for VCIS is Diego Alonso. Diego moved from Redwood to VCIS during his sophomore year so he could pursue his dream of professional soccer in Argentina. We have seen Diego's growth, perseverance, and dedication firsthand. While living abroad independently in Argentina to pursue his soccer career, he maintained strong academics, enrolled in our virtual learning program at VCIS. We are proud he is graduating early as a junior with a 3.56 GPA. Diego is college and career prepared and an A through G completer. His commitment to community service by offering free soccer clinics highlights his character. Focused on a future in sports journalism and business, Diego's ambition and perseverance make him a deserving candidate for this award. Congratulations to Diego Alonso. And last but not least tonight for USAV, we would like to really talk amazing things about Alberto Zamora Rios. Alberto is a 4-year Eagle starting as a freshman at VCIS. He is ranked 3rd in his class and is challenging himself with AP pre-calculus this year. In fact, he took his exam today and said he crushed it. Yeah. He met all his A through G requirements and is looking forward to his college career beginning in the fall. Currently, he is in our medical assistant program and is almost finished with his externship at Sequoia Regional Cancer Center just across the way here, where his supervisor notes he is the strongest student intern she has ever had. His MA pinning ceremony is next week at Mount Whitney High School. We are excited to celebrate him. Alberto is going to do great things in the future. Congratulations to Alberto Zamora Rios.
All right, next up, we got Golden West High School, Mr. Michael Lambert.
Good evening. I'm excited to talk about some amazing trailblazers this evening. Our first award winner is for performing arts, and that's Olivia Sapien. Olivia is the recipient of the Performing Arts Student Achievement Award for her outstanding commitment to Golden West Performing Arts. A 4-year member of both dance and drama programs, she is led as the Illusions team captain, choreographer, and drama club president. Olivia's contributions include performances, event planning, and student-led choreography and direction. She exemplifies leadership, integrity, and dedication in all she does. Golden West Performing Arts thanks Olivia for her loyalty, service, and for consistently going above and beyond. Olivia Sapien. Our next award winner is Angelica Huerta de la Cueva for visual arts. Angelica has exemplified all the Golden West pillar qualities and has shown exceptional artistic talent during her 2 years in the studio art program. Starting in Art 1 as a junior, she quickly advanced to the senior level studio art class due to her outstanding performance. Her digital art for West Side Story was chosen from 34 entries to represent the play, and she was also selected for a local high school art competition. Angelica's creativity, dedication, and talent have made her a standout student. Angelica Huerta de la Cueva. Our next recipient is for industrial education, and that's Scott Martin. Scott is a multi-year industrial ed and ag student. His involvement in the programs and internships over the years have not only boosted recruitment for our programs, but has been a shining example of leadership to the lower classmen. Scott will be continuing his learning in the industry at WyoTech, where he plans to become a certified mechanic. Scott Martin. Our next award winner is for reading growth, and that's Renetti Liu. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but there's some great things I want to say about him. Renetti came to the United States from China, when he was a freshman. His English was very limited, and he did not have friends at school that spoke his language. Renetti is now a senior, and he's excelling. He's currently has a 3.6 GPA and is taking an AP course. His English reading proficiency has made tremendous progress over the 4 years. We wish Renetti continued success as he transitions from Golden West into college. Renetti Liu. Our next award winner is for social science, and that's Selah Bridgeford. Selah is mature, intelligent, and a driven student known for her leadership, reliability, and strong work ethic. She's ranked number 2 in a class of 442 students and excels academically, particularly in the AP social science courses, and is a top student in AP government, poli-sci, a CSF Life member, and an NHS. Selah is also highly involved in extracurriculars, including softball, orchestra, and mock trial. Her dedication extends to the community, volunteering for events like the Ronald McDonald House Golf Tournament and the Veterans Wreath Project. Selah Bridgeford. Our next award winner is for agriculture, Lizeth Raya Rangel. As the Ag Department says, we nominate Miss Lizeth Raya Rangel to represent the Golden West Agriculture Department. She consistently demonstrates outstanding performance in her agricultural studies inside and outside of the classroom. Lizeth is dependable and incredibly dedicated to the FFA program. As a respectful and responsible student, Lizeth is our current FFA chapter treasurer and a farm intern for the past 3 years. Aspiring to be a veterinary pathologist, her passion for agriculture and dedication to learning make her an ideal candidate. That's Lizeth Raya Rangel. Our next award winner is our USAV Spring Award winner, and that's Danielle Anders. Danielle brings warmth, enthusiasm, and a quiet confidence to ASB, making everyone feel seen and valued. She leads with kindness, creativity, and a genuine commitment to uplifting others. Whether working behind the scenes or energizing her peers, Danielle's positive spirit is contagious. Her dedication to school culture and ability to build community simply by being herself leaves a lasting impact. Danielle Anders. Our final award winner tonight is also USAV Spring Award winner, Caitlin Sieber. As ASB treasurer, Caitlin brings bold confidence and results-driven mindset to student leadership. Her strong presence, financial precision, and high standards inspire those around her. Caitlin's sharp thinking and dedication to elevate every event she supports make a meaningful impact on our campus. She's more than a leader, she's a true difference maker. Caitlin Sieber. Yeah.
Next up, we have Mount Whitney High School, Mr. Alex Marroquin.
Go Pioneers. For visual and performing arts, Giovanni Jaimes Chavez. Giovanni has served as a color guard captain for 2 years and is an exemplary leader. He is also an active member of choir and orchestra, consistently giving his absolute best in every performance. A dedicated performer, Giovanni devotes countless hours to rehearsing and taking on leadership roles in nearly every ensemble part. He holds key leadership positions as captain of the color guard, section leader in both advanced and intermediate orchestras, and a strong presence in choir. Giovanni. Visual and performing arts, Kaya Francis Gill. Kaya has been a vital contributor to every program she's been part of during her time at Mount Whitney High School. She sets high standards for herself and inspires those around her to do the same. Guided by strong moral convictions, Kaya consistently acts with integrity and professionalism. She is a leader in the dance program, serving as a student director for 2 years, captain of the dance team, choreographer for staff dances, pioneer partners, and social media manager for both dance and VAPA accounts. A natural performer, Kaya is passionate about sharing her love of music, dance, and theater, a true triple threat. Kaya. Consumer Family Studies, Noemi Maritza Santa Cruz. As a culinary arts pathway completer, Noemi consistently demonstrates leadership, reliability, and strong work ethic. She brings a positive attitude and a genuine passion for learning every task. An active member of the Skills USA, Noemi has also completed an internship with Kauai Health's Food Service Department, gaining valuable hands-on experience. Her ability to lead by example and inspire others has set a high standard at Mount Whitney High School. Noemi. Industrial Tech, Christopher DeBach. Christopher has completed the 4-year Engine Power and Technologies pathway with 2 years in the Ag Mechanics pathway, also competing in small engine contests for 2 years, where he has placed in the top 5 in individual scores. He also was a team member of the Equipment Technician contest in April and placed 3rd high individual. As an active FFA member, Christopher also participated 4 years in band, playing the saxophone, 4 years on the golf team, 2 years team captain. Christopher shows hard work ethic and leadership skills needed in today's industry. Christopher DeBach. For reading growth, Estrella Cirilla. Nominated by countless teachers, she is a wonderful young lady, always present, on time, ready to learn. She has great work ethic and is a positive influence to all her peers. She has grown several reading levels from September to January and continues to exemplify a tenacity for growth. Estrella. For the Department of Social Science, Jana Lynn Gilkinson. Jana has been a dedicated student in social science for the past 3 years, scoring an A or better in world history, AP US history, and AP government. Her passion for history and desire to gain knowledge has been evident to all social studies teachers who have had the privilege of calling her a student. There are many reasons for her nomination, but most importantly, Jana has been a bright spot for our department and helps remind us all why we love teaching. Jana. Agriculture, Cheyenne Andrade. Cheyenne is a 4-year program completer for the Ag Science pathway and will be a 3-year certificate recipient in ag construction as well. Cheyenne has raised market lambs for the past 3 years, is currently the FFA secretary, and has competed on many teams such as cotton judging, cooperative marketing, agrofinance, and opening and closing. Cheyenne is a hardworking student, positive attitude in all her ag classes. Cheyenne is dependable, dedicated, and a dedicated leader in our program. If she always sees something that needs to be done, she does it. Cheyenne. USAV, Heather Madera. A junior who has been incredibly helpful in ASB this year with a creative spirit and unique talents. She has contributed to many projects. Most notably, Heather has served as our sound and tech manager all year, supporting games, lunchtime activities, senior nights, and rallies. She consistently stays late to get the job done and never hesitates to help, always responding with a simple, "Of course." We're so grateful to have her for yet another year. Heather. For USAV, Paige Roberson. A senior in the Academy of Health Science, an ASB member, and our senior class president. With over a 3.6 GPA, she has shown impressive growth and leadership. Paige takes on challenges with calm, positive attitude, whether planning events or managing a rally or audio video. Her communication is clear and consistent, and she's a valuable asset to our ASB. She will truly be missed. Paige. Oh, yeah, I got you.
Thank you, Mount Whitney. Next up, we have Redwood High School, Mr. Dr. Brandon Gridiron.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say go Rangers after that. Yeah, there we go. All righty. Our first student representing our visual and performing arts is Hunter Wallace. Hunter is an exceptional musician, student, and leader. As principal trumpet in the Redwood Wind Ensemble and Symphonic Band, the second trumpet in jazz band, he shows outstanding talent, dedication. Band demands independence, and Hunter excels in managing time, finances, and musical growth. He also maintains a 3.75 GPA and rigorous courses and inactive on campus. Intelligent, mature, and driven, Hunter is well respected by his peers, staff alike. His positive energy, leadership, and strong character make him a standout student. Congratulations, Hunter. Representing visual and performing arts and drama, Melina Carrillo. Melina has been deeply involved in every aspect of Redwood Theater's program, acting in plays, designing costumes, assisting in musicals, and supporting Drama 1 and stagecraft classes as a teacher's aide. She's Mrs. Galvan's right hand and driving force behind the program. Melina's unmatched work ethic, kindness, proactive spirit shine through as she volunteers across VAPA, including elementary and community programs. She aspires to be a teacher and truly embodies Redwood's tradition of excellence. Congratulations, Melina. Representing Consumer and Family Studies, Alexis Gonzalez. Alexis is this year's Consumer and Family Studies Outstanding Student. A responsible and hardworking senior, she has completed both the Child and Development Food Services and Hospitality Pathways. Alexis is known for her positive attitude, strong work ethic, and ability to work well with others. She currently takes food services and hospitality services as a teacher aide. Her involvement includes the Ranger Station Cafe. Alexis is a great communicator and brings joy to those around her. After graduating, she plans to pursue a career in an ultrasound technician. Congratulations, Alexis. So our next student, Libertad Lopez, cannot be here, but he is representing industrial technology, and I'd like to say a few words about him. Libertad services as a teacher's aide in an advanced metal shop and often acts as a shop manager during first period, also assisting in auto shop, a dedicated ACE Academy member. She previously took construction management and now pursuing an internship in field. She loves her passion, began by helping her father with home projects, sparking interest in design and hands-on building. Responsible and creative, Liberty also demonstrates deep empathy, Personal experiences with friends and mental health struggles have shaped her into a compassionate, thoughtful, and resilient young leader. Congratulations. Representing a remarkable growth in English is Gabriel Gomez. Gabriel has shown remarkable growth in reading this year, improving in both fluency and comprehension through consistent effort and dedication. He confidently participates in class read alouds, encouraging his peers and demonstrating enthusiasm for learning. Gabriel's willingness to take academic risks for strength in his skills is positively influenced in our classroom culture. Beyond academics, he is a respectful, responsible, thoughtful student who leads by example. His leadership and personal growth have made a meaningful impact on our class and highlight his strong character and commitment to learning. Congratulations, Gabriel. Representing social sciences, Elvis Shawn. Elvis has not been nominated by the Social Sciences Award due to his work ethic and commitment to deep historical analysis and critical thinking. His ability to weave the historical narrative into present-day context showcased not only a profound understanding of the past, but also a remarkable ability to apply those insights meaningfully. He's a graduate level in interpretations and observations, bring an amazing perspective to community circles and Socratic seminars every week. He is a true definition of a scholar, and he exemplifies the very essence of academic excellence in social science. Congratulations, Elvis. Representing agriculture, Sadie Hemphill. Sadie is a dedicated student. As president of our FFA chapter. Her leadership has elevated the chapter, inspiring creativity and growth. Sadie is in active livestock projects, showing market lambs in the Tulare County Fair and involved dance force, CSF, and local dance studios. Despite her many commitments, she maintains an impressive 4.19 GPA. Known for her humility, positivity, and strong work ethic, Sadie is represented by all. She will attend Pepperdine University and truly embodies what it means to be a true Ranger. Congratulations, Sadie. Our USAV Student of the Season, Sophia Diaz. Sophia is Redwood's outstanding student. She's a natural leader. She leads by example, always striving for excellence and stepping up to help others. Sophia is smart and dedicated and kind, and her impact reaches far beyond the classroom. Our freshmen look up to her more than she knows. She continues to inspire those around her every day. We're incredibly lucky to have someone like Sophia on our campus, someone who not only sets the bar high, but also helps others rise to meet it. Congratulations, Sophia. And our last student, our USAV of the season, Adrian Lopez Guzman. Adrian has truly stepped into his own as a leader this semester. He's pushed past his comfort zone, embraced challenges, and grown tremendously because of it. Adrian leads with clarity, purpose, and has a great sense of humor that uplifts everyone around him. He's kind, focused, and brings positive energy to every task he takes on. We're proud of the leader he's becoming and excited to see him continue to grow, thrive. And Adrian's journey is just the beginning, and we're lucky to witness it. Congratulations, Adrian.
All right, next up, we got El Diamante High School with Mrs. Kim Nelson. Come on up.
The best school, El Diamante, was saved for last tonight. I just want to say that. El Diamante's outstanding band student is Christian Cruz. Christian is the let's give him a hand. Christian is the type of student who reminds teachers why they teach. He leads by example with excellence, heart, and purpose. Christian shines in every ensemble he joins, 2 concert bands, multiple honor bands, our jazz band, and as a field show soloist. A proud first-generation Latino, he carries his identity with strength. Remarkably, Christian is hearing impaired, a challenge that has never held him back. Instead, it fuels his relentless drive to grow, inspire others, and pursue his dreams in music with passion, resilience, and unmatched dedication. He is truly extraordinary. Please help me congratulate Christian. El Diamante's outstanding choir student is Emily Cantu Ruiz. Emily is an exceptional student and leader, a 4-year choir member, and this year's choir president. She demonstrates outstanding initiative, leadership, and musicality. She sings in 3 choirs, assists with the beginning girls choir, and is a strong role model and communicator. Emily sings with great heart. Her dedication, positive attitude, and willingness to support others have impacted our program. With her passion and commitment, she's on her way to becoming an outstanding choir director, her aspiration. Please join me in applauding Emily. Isabel Martinez is the outstanding student in orchestra. Isabel has been chosen to receive this honor for her outstanding dedication and leadership in the orchestra program at El Diamante. Over the past 4 years, she has consistently supported her peers, both in and out of class, earning admiration from her fellow students. Isabel's commitment to creating a welcoming and inclusive environment is evident daily. Her success in orchestra reflects her hard work during rehearsals, playing tests, and concerts. Her positive influence will remain as she graduates, inspiring younger students to lead with kindness and dedication. Please join me in congratulating Isabel. The outstanding consumer family studies student is Angeline Ramos. Angeline is completing her final semester in the retail food service and production pathway. A pathway completer, she excelled in all 3 courses and was a role model to her peers. This year, she interned at the Four Creeks Coffee Shop at the district office, demonstrating strong leadership, problem solving, and customer service skills. Angeline is a team player, and leader, known for her reliability and quick thinking. Her positive rapport with classmates and customers has made her an asset to the program. She has a bright and promising future ahead. Please join me in congratulating Angeline. El Diamante's outstanding industrial arts student is Jake Avila. It is with great pride that I recognize Jake for his dedication and performance in the automotive technology program. His commitment to excellence, strong work ethic, and eagerness to learn have stood out. Jake has demonstrated technical skill, problem-solving ability, and a true passion for the automotive field throughout his studies. Whether in class, the shop, or his internship, his positive attitude and drive set a high standard. With his talent and determination, Jake is poised for success. The industry's future is brighter with students like him leading the way. Please help me in congratulating Jake. The outstanding student in social science is Addison Tripp. With an impressive 4.53 GPA, Addison has thrived in AP, dual enrollment, and concurrent courses while attending El Diamante. She is a proud member of the California Scholarship Federation, a leader in Link Crew, and a dedicated member of the girls' soccer team. Addison will attend UC Santa Barbara, go Gauchos, this fall, majoring in pre-economics. Her exceptional work ethic, strong leadership, and kind heart have set her apart. Addison's drive and determination will undoubtedly lead to continued success. We are proud of her achievements. Congratulations, Addison, on all you've accomplished and what lies ahead. The outstanding agricultural student is Isabella Flores. Isabella has been an active member of the El Diamante Agricultural Department at FFA, serving as chapter secretary, vice president, and currently president. She was also the 2023-24 Tulare King Sectional FFA vice president. Isabella has participated in numerous judging teams, including cotton, citrus, dairy cattle, and ag pest control. She was named first high individual in California for cotton judging, all while maintaining an impressive 4.35 GPA. Isabella's dedication and leadership make her an outstanding FFA member and student. I proudly present her as the EDHS's outstanding student in agriculture. The Spring USAV Student of the Season is Robert Dan. Robert is an exceptional addition to El Diamante High School as an exchange student from Romania. He has fully embraced the experience of attending high school in Visalia while enriching our campus with his culture and perspective. Robert is an outstanding student, athlete, and leader actively involved in Key Club, tennis, and ASB. He consistently goes above and beyond, continually seeking ways to serve his school, and his community. Please help me congratulate Robert for his spirit, involvement, and lasting impact on our campus. I have a few award recipients that were absent this evening, but I will make sure I share the kind words from their teachers and give them their medals. Ladies and gentlemen, our outstanding El Diamante Miners.
Great.
Again, congratulations to all our Student Award, Achievement Award winners. You know, it's just so heartwarming to hear all of the stories and just the hard work and dedication. So congratulations to them. Moving on to focus on student learning, 5.1 spotlight on good things happening in the district, along with all the things that we've seen so far. Presenter, our superintendent, Kirk Schrum.
I will talk slowly for a moment while we transition some folks out and our staff in, but also just want to reiterate our appreciation for all of our leaders, our teachers, and our parents for just such amazing accomplishment of our students. Hearing those stories really is, you don't recognize every day just what's happening amongst 30,000 kids. And then when you hear some of those stories of what is happening in our classrooms, it's really amazing. And I just wish sometimes everyone could hear that, because that's the true story of what's really happening every day in and out across our schools and across our campuses. So thank you for that. And we're going to continue the amazing stories of what's happening across our district in our spotlight. It is a little bit longer tonight. As you know, this time of year, there's a lot of amazing things happening, awards, recognition, celebrations. And so we don't want to leave anything out. And so we'll take a few minutes to do that. And then we'll wrap up the spotlight in our next board meeting on June 10th. We take a little break from it and then reemerge with it back in when we're back in late July and August. So to get us going here, I want to start with our English language learners celebration, Annie R. Mitchell. So last month, board, you're aware, we had our biliteracy night. We recognized students from all across the district. We talked about that. But many of our schools also chose to celebrate those students at their school assemblies, which is also part of our strategic plan that you're going to hear a little bit about tonight. And so congratulations to these students, and thank you for our schools that took the extra time to highlight them there. Of course, this is the time of year for state testing. I know we're all excited about that. Woo. Show what you know. So you see a lot of events, a lot of spirit on our campuses. I was at one school where I saw on the door parents had written letters to their students to wish them luck. And so, just you see some examples here. Goshen had a Show What You Know rally, but you see this all across our district to help our students know these tests are important, because it is not only about showing what you know, but there's not an industry or a profession that you're going to go in that doesn't have some sort of certification. And so learning early on, like how to achieve, how to show your best, sets you up for future success. We're thankful to have a strong parent-teacher association. We have increased the number of schools that have a PTA this year. That also is part of our strategic plan with parental involvement. Wanted to highlight here some photos from Annie R. Mitchell Book Night. We have Willow Glen Book Fair and Bingo Night. These PTA-sponsored events help families connect with each other, with teachers and administrators. Thank you to our PTAs and our community groups for your support of our schools. We just heard about a few of our outstanding students from Visalia Adult School. Each year, they hold their adult annual education celebration event where they recognize staff and students. A couple of us have had the chance to go to this over the years. Over 40 industry partners also attend the event, giving students opportunities to form connections with potential employers. Currently, there are over 2,500 students enrolled at the adult school. 38% of them become employed after completing their CTE program. We also thank our service organizations in the community and want to spotlight a few of them here. This month, 3 Denton students were selected by the Lions Club for their excellence in writing on the topic, What the American Flag Means to Me. Students were honored at a Lions luncheon with their families at Amigos Restaurant. The Sequoia Visalia Kiwanis Club presents Students of the Season awards to all 5 middle schools throughout the year. Families are also invited to attend that event. The Hope of America Awards are awarded by both the Sequoia and Downtown Visalia Kiwanis to all 5 middle school students. So thank you. This is just a sampling. Thank you to these community organizations for your support of our students in our schools. Also, the county hosts several events throughout the year for academic competition. You see here one that many of our schools participated in, the Reading Revolution, and proud of Denton Elementary here. Their Team A received first place and Team B received second place. So obviously they rocked the Reading Revolution there, and they took those awards. Their 5th and 6th grade students read 12 chapter books to prepare for this competition. Congratulations. Continuing those type of events, we have the Science Olympiad. Students launched rockets and hot air balloons, floated paddle boats, and completed tests on subjects such as architecture, astronomy, biology, and others. I'm proud to say Visalia Unified teams took home nearly all the top spots. I mean, we are the best. Oak Grove placed 1st and 4th. Annie R. Mitchell placed 2nd. Hurley was 5th, and Denton awarded 6th. This is a testament to the culture we have created around our STEM programs and the teachers who build excitement for these students. And again, I can't help but pointing out the connections as we think about which schools have these events ties directly to some of the things you're going to hear tonight in our strategic plan report, because we want all of our schools to have these advanced learning opportunities, and we're on a journey to make that happen. Again, another example of these type of events that takes teachers, sponsors, and others to put together. Redwood and Mount Whitney FBLA teams, Future Business Leaders of America, attended the 2025 State Leadership Conference. Redwood students placed in the top 10 42 times and finished 10 out of 91 chapters. Overall, from the schools, 18 students qualified for the national conference this summer. So congratulations to these students, and we look forward to hearing how they do this summer. This month, we had 2 outstanding freshmen from Redwood High School recognized on KSEE 24 Character Matters. Ava Dotson and Sophia Mesa have started a club dedicated to raising awareness around the dangers of vaping. These students are on a mission to educate their peers, sharing facts and projects that uncover the truths about vaping. Congratulations to these 2 students for their work and dedication, and we can't wait to see what you do next. At College of Sequoia, our CTE Expo, all the USD students currently in a CTE course attended this event. 20 students from every comprehensive high school placed in first, second, or third place in the competition, showcasing their dedication to their craft. Well done to these students and instructors for their dedication to advancing their career. Also proud of our students here, we have the 18th annual Access to Higher Education for Foster Youth event that was held at the College of Sequoia. This event allows students to learn about post-secondary education opportunities tailored to their needs. Students are invited to submit artwork, essays, or portraits about themselves and the recognition. 4 VUSD students earned competition awards and 2 were selected as scholarship recipients. You can see some of those students on the screen. So congratulations to our foster youth for that event. Well, once again, I feel like a little deja vu here. If this sounds familiar, it's because for the second year in a row, VTech won the FFA National Chapter Award. I don't know if we have any of the folks still here, but their principal and maybe some of the staff. So congratulations to this award. 390 other chapters in California modeling excellence in leadership, personal growth through agriculture education. Congratulations to these students. Again, a little deja vu moment, right? Getting very familiar with Sarvanya, who is an 8th grade student at Oak Grove. He has now won the county. And, we've talked about him winning the district, and he'll move on to the state, to the national, which takes place later this month. So we will update you all when you walk into Oak Grove. You see his trophy right there. If you remember, he's brought it before. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll certainly keep you updated on his progress. So also a great honor for one of our students earlier this month. Congressman Vince Fong presented a principal nomination to 17-year-old Joanna Lee from El Diamante High School for the United States Naval Academy and an alternate for the Air Force Academy. A nomination from a congressman is the strongest endorsement a congressional office can give in the Service Academy nomination process. So congratulations to Joanna for this achievement, and we wish her luck upon graduation. Also, another great highlight event that many of us have the chance to attend each year. Over 300 seniors from our high schools earned a lifetime membership recognition for their academic excellence holding a GPA of 3.6 or above for all 3 qualifying years in high school to receive the California Scholarship Federation Life recognition. In addition to that, they have to do some other things as well to earn that. Now, on top of that, several of our students made it to finalists to receive what's called the Seymour Award. This award is regarded as one of the highest scholastic honors given to high school students in the state of California. I'm proud to say that Jillian Fifield of El Diamante High School was selected as the recipient for the Central region. So congratulations to all these students for this incredible achievement. Very proud of them. And each year I keep looking because we keep increasing each of our schools, the number of students who qualify for this. And that's my expectation. I may or may not have a mini competition going on in my head to see who can increase the most each year, but that's another example of the great work. It takes teachers and sponsors to do that work. And so I give them a shout out for their dedication. And that's what gets students into those opportunities. Another great opportunity to showcase our talent, well aware each year. I learned this a while back, but the Slick Rock Student Film Festival actually originated many years ago in Visalia Unified and then has grown into this amazing region-wide event. So this year, the festival received over 400 film entries from 47 Central Valley middle and high schools. 80 films were top 5 finalists throughout 16 categories. Both El Diamante and Redwood High Schools were category winners, and Redwood captured Best of Show in the high school category with their entry, The Orbit. In addition, La Jolla Jazz Band provided live entertainment during the event. Congratulations to all these students, and the skills they're getting through these programs and others are going to help them on whatever path they choose to pursue. Every now and then, because we have exceptional staff, we hear about recognitions, and so proud to highlight here, work-based learning coordinator Karina Mello was awarded the Liberty Bell Award by the Tulare County Bar Association. This award honors a non-lawyer who has made an outstanding contribution toward promoting a deeper understanding and respect for rule of the law, encouraging civic engagement, and supporting the legal systems in meaningful ways. She was selected because of her support with the Academy of Law and Justice, So congratulations to Karina, and thank you to the Tulare County Bar Association for that recognition. Speaking of, again, staff recognitions, this month we had 2 Educator of the Week recognitions from KSEE 24. We have Ben Goodman from Visalia Charter Independent Study, and I believe he's here. And Rebecca Parker from Houston Elementary. Oh, you're here too. Awesome. I have been in those classes. I can attest to student engagement and involvement. That's what I believe sets them apart. They were selected for being exceptional educators who build great relationships with their students and colleagues. Very proud of them, and thank you both for being here tonight. Thank you. Now, again, continuing, we amazing staff. So had the opportunity, along with a couple of board members a week or so ago, to attend Bus Driver Appreciation Day, where we celebrated all of our dedicated drivers. Now, you can see in there, there were some recognitions that were given in addition to some excellent barbecue. This is what's really so impressive. So 4 individuals had over 20 years of accident-free service. And then there was one remarkable individual who had over 30 years of experience behind the wheel. So very much appreciate the work they do and what an amazing record of safety that they have. And tomorrow we'll be doing some district service recognitions, and sites also host their own for service for individuals where they receive their employee service pins and other things. So thank you, and thank you for the invitation to be part of the Bus Driver Appreciation Day event. Now, there are a few folks every year that decide, you know, I've had an amazing career, but it's time to travel or trying to spend time with the grandkids or whatever it might be. And so we had a great opportunity overall this year. We have 32 employees who will be recognized for their service as they are retiring or from our system. This represents together nearly 700 years of combined knowledge and experience. So I want to thank them for their commitment to Visalia Unified and know they'll be enjoying their retirement soon. And please reach out to Human Resources if you're interested in subbing or any other part-time work. But congratulations to those individuals. We recognized them the other night at El Diamante. Also, continuing some recognition, we had several administrators recognized by the Association of California School Administrators. So proud to share them here. We have Martha Diaz, Brittany Valencia, and Sylvia Duval, who each received an administrator recognition. So thank you and congratulations to them for their work. Also, continuing that recognition at our Community Advisory Committee Annual Awards Luncheon. Now, this is from our special education SELPA group that's within the county. They recognize administrators, parents, and others for their outstanding support. Several folks from our district were recognized. First of all, Principal Dory Bingham from Shannon Ranch Elementary was honored for creating inclusive opportunities for students with exceptional needs on her campus. Parents Stephen and Kim Valim were recognized for their continued efforts and meaningful contributions to their working relationship at Linwood Elementary School. And then in addition, Alex Alvarez, who's an 11th grader from El Diamante, stood up and gave a speech about what it means to have autism and how and what he wanted people to know about that. So all in all, it was an amazing event, and very proud of those students, staff, parents, and our leadership. Elementary track championships were recently held, where students from all of our 27 elementary schools come together. At the Mineral King Bowl, Royal Oaks emerged as the 2025 champion. Linwood secured second, and Cottonwood Creek rounded out the top 3. And then at Visalia Community Stadium, we had Hurley, followed by Shannon Ranch and Oak Grove in third. But congratulations to everyone. And again, another example of students, staff, teachers all coming together, and parents for a great day. Also proud of our students for the sportsmanship. Yes, we have competition amongst our schools, but I think one of the things that's unique about Visalia is its friendly competition. It's about how do we help each other be their best, and a little positive jab here or there, but it's about coming together in the end. And this is another example of that. El Diamante hosted Mount Whitney in what turned out to be a shining example of sportsmanship. El Diamante celebrated Teacher Appreciation Night, honoring impactful teachers. In addition, senior Natalia Negron, herself a former patient at Valley Children's Hospital, organized a food donation drive to benefit the hospital's pantry, reflecting the team's commitment to service. The night reached an emotional high when the Mount Whitney softball team did something truly special for LD Monte freshman Jasleen Zavala, the beloved team manager and the heart of the squad. In a touching gesture, they invited her to step up to bat. The unforgettable moment was a beautiful act of unity, showing how both teams come together to celebrate inclusivity, belonging, and the power of sports to uplift and inspire. So thank you to our teams and our students for the leadership that they show all of the time. Over the weekend, our high school theater students presented their work in our 10th annual High School Performing Arts Showcase. Awards are voted on by comprehensive high school sites by the students for different categories. It's an amazing event. Congratulations to our students and staff advisors for their work. Our all-district honor band concert also took place recently. 85 of the best band students coming together to form one large ensemble. Students from the high school sites practiced for a week, came together for a one night only to put on the show for the community. And so very proud of them. So typically they compete against each other, but here they are coming together to form one. In other news, Redwood High School Wind Ensemble has been accepted to perform at the Carnegie Hall in April of 2026. So excited about that. Students also will receive leadership training and join 2 other high school bands to create an honors ensemble. So congratulations to all these students for pushing their talents to the next level. Another event that's pretty standard here, but isn't common everywhere, is the opportunity for all of our 6th graders to go over to College of Sequoia to experience life. They hear about scholarship opportunities, about majors, and experienced performances from the college's Fine Arts Division. So thank you for our Division Student Equity Services for organizing our transportation team. I forget how many bus runs there were that day to get all of our 6th graders there and back. So a huge logistical lift, but a great opportunity for our students. Another event that's now becoming, I think, maybe 3rd year or so in the row, we're proud of our American Indian Senior Recognition Dinner held in late April to celebrate the achievements of graduating Native American seniors. A total of 41 seniors were invited to attend the event, more than double the size from the previous year with 90 guests attending. Each senior was gifted a Native blanket presented by their family members. This tradition marks a milestone in a young person's life and symbolizes their deep connection to family, community, and their ancestry. It's a heartfelt and memorable way to honor their accomplishments and their transition into the next chapter. Congratulations to these students, and thank you to Sequoia High School for hosting that event. Also, again, another example of community, several resource fairs this month. Our Family and Community Resource Center hosted Spring into Summer Resource Fall. Approximately 56 families and 110 students attended. Goshen Elementary held a resource fair also to provide families with vision, flu screenings, and other resources. Thank you to our staff for these opportunities. Civic Seal of Engagement Board, you've heard us talk a lot about this and how we work each year to increase the opportunities for students to receive this recognition. Again, we continue to grow. This year, over 150 students will receive this state seal on their diplomas, allowing them to rise to the top during college evaluations and potential job opportunities. 9 projects were selected to be presented at an engagement showcase a couple of weeks ago. I had the opportunity to attend that and listen. It was awesome. Students picked passion projects and worked on their presentations as part of their civics class. Congratulations to all these students and those that had the opportunity to present at the district level. Also recently, our College Career Technical Education Department hosted our VPI, Visalia Partners in Education Luncheon, celebrating this year's industry partners. This year, so during this event, industry partners, one industry partner from each pathway is recognized for mentoring, guiding students, all of those things. Also, 10 student interns received scholarships from the CTE department. So the food, decorations, music, even the awards were all put together by our students, which I think that made it just even more meaningful. And hosted at Mount Whitney, it was amazing step up this year of that event, and I look forward to next year. Now, obviously, as we get into this time of year, we have lots of observances and events that we spotlight on social media. So I'm going to go through these and also recognize every now and then we miss one, because there are so many. And so I want to acknowledge our librarians as they also celebrated their recognition day in this past month. So in addition to that, our observances included Asian American Pacific Islander Month, Mental Health Awareness Month. I had that ice bucket challenge to help us with that. School principal, I think some of the staff enjoyed that event. School Lunch Hero Day, National Teacher Appreciation Week, Teacher Appreciation Day, California Teacher of the Year, Cinco de Mayo, Graduation Countdown, which obviously is continuing. Some more social media highlights that we had, our Administrative Professionals Day, Speak Your Mind, High Five Friday at Four Creeks, the Speak Your Mind Ice Bucket Challenge. There it is. I thought it was there. Thank you to Leslie Kavala for the nomination, our city manager. I returned the favor to Dr. Brent Calvin over at College Sequoia. Spotlight on social media. We had Autism Acceptance Month, School Principals Day, Lunch Hero Day. Our CAP countdown has begun. I mean, folks, we're less than 4 weeks away. Hard to believe, right? Here it comes. Get ready. Also, families are receiving regular updates to prepare them for those events. You see Cinco de Mayo, Teacher Appreciation Day, National School Nurse Day, and Mother's Day. And so again, a long report, but there are a lot of things to celebrate and be proud of in Visalia Unified. So Madam President, that concludes our May spotlight.
Thank you, Superintendent Schrum. Moving on to 5.2 Visalia Unified Forward 2030 Actions for 2025-2026. And back to Superintendent Kirk Schrum.
You're stuck with me just a little bit longer, and then we'll get some different voices up here, so you won't be with long. But this is a report that's been a long time coming, and I'm very, very excited to share. Now, normally this time of year, we talk about, sometimes in isolation, what's new for the upcoming school year. But now, because we have a strategic plan, the first phases of that plan, some of our actions will actually begin to be implemented over the summer and into the fall. And so this is really now you're going to begin to see throughout the district and our community intentionality around what we're doing within the district from our board approved strategic plan. And so tonight we've updated you a little bit on the when stuff's going to be research designed. That's available online for our community. You can go online to the website. You can click and see all of that. We've talked about when you're going to receive updates on how we're doing with accountability. Just tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the actual things that we're going to be doing. So you recognize this. We've talked about this is about how we bring our beliefs, commitments to life through our strategic plan. And so that's what we're going to focus on tonight. Pieces of that strategic plan that are now going to be manifested throughout our district. This is kind of that leadership journey on a page. Again, our beliefs, our commitments, our commitment for student learning with our vision and mission, turning into every student learning every day. That's the strategic plan. And then how we're going to share updates are those two ways, right? As a board, you set 5-year goals that we'll report on each year, how we're doing to tracking to that. And our priority student, that's our priority student outcome. And then how we're doing on what we said we were going to research, design, implement, and monitor. Those are our progress indicators that we'll update you twice a year on. And so that's part of how all of that fits together. So tonight, what I'm really excited about is what's going to be happening, those tangible things people can really begin to see. So 2 ways this happened. There are actions within the strategic plan that you will see have implement under the year 25-26. Now, some of those may have implement under more than 1 year. So that means it's a big action that may take more than 1 year to have it all completely 100% done. So what you're going to hear about tonight at a high level are some of those things that are parts of those actions that are going to be implemented according to our calendar. But another thing that we did is prioritize some of those actions. How did we reach that decision? So during the past few months, we heard from student advisories. You've heard some of our students report that here at the board table. Our parent and community groups and our staff. I did a superintendent connection visit to every school site over the past few months. And so some of the actions that we're highlighting tonight reflect that voice, reflect the prioritization we heard from those groups. So the actions we're bringing reflect that. And so a few of those I want to point out. Over 50% of the staff across 42 schools rated student behavior as one of their top 3 most important issues. So you're going to hear us talk about some of the things we're going to focus on this fall related to student conduct and student engagement in theme 2 that Natalie Garza will talk about. 25% of our staff mentioned teacher and staff resources, training, and support in their top 3 issues. And so from instructional resources to classroom technology, you'll hear some of those things reflected in all 3 parts of the report tonight. And so all of this represents hundreds of hours of work across our district teams to ensure that we deliver on our commitments and make progress toward our priority student outcomes, that we are intentionally prioritizing time and energy around some of the actions that we feel are most needed, but are also most prepared to carry out effectively. Student impact, most arguably, most importantly, these actions have been prioritized to ensure our actions, our efforts are directed toward these things that will most positively impact our students. Every action you'll hear us discuss tonight connects to and is focused on ensuring that every student is learning every day. So I'm really excited to kind of unveil in a way some of what we're going to see that is going to be new in the 25-26 school year, but is directly connected to our strategic plan. And obviously this isn't everything, but it is some of the main things that are going to be happening. So I'm now going to turn it over to our Administrator of Teaching and Learning, Breanne Phillips.
Good evening. Tonight, I'm honored to speak about theme 1 of our strategic plan, High Expectations, High Achievement. You will see that this theme is deeply rooted in our mission of every student learning every day. The actions we will review tonight, as Mr. Shrum said, will directly impact our classrooms this upcoming academic year. VUSD is committed to building a system that increases rigor in literacy and mathematics, ensuring that every classroom is highly effective, and expanding access to advanced coursework and enriching experiences that prepares our students for success beyond graduation. High Expectations, High Achievement is not simply a strategic plan theme. It is our collective promise to our students and our families. We are striving to ensure that promise is fulfilled in every school, every classroom, every day. Over the course of the past 2 years, we have been laying the foundation leading us up to the work of a highly effective classroom. In 2023, we launched our balanced instructional models in literacy and mathematics. We will continue to build on these models in all of our other content areas. This academic year, we focused on our Tier 1 embedded practices, which established quality first instruction, enhancing student engagement, supporting differentiation, and fostering a growth mindset for all students. Each of these components has been crucial in guiding our efforts towards designing and implementing a highly effective classroom. While we are in the initial stages of researching and designing, early indicators are lifting up that a highly effective classroom is comprised of an instructional infrastructure, learning engagement, and classroom environment. The work of building a highly effective classroom is not about us starting over. It's about refining what works and scaling the excellence in our district across all schools and all grades. This academic year, we are building a robust instructional infrastructure, anchored in high leverage components such as structured literacy and math blocks, as well as our balanced assessment system. Our action to design and implement a highly effective classroom is central to our belief that student success begins with daily classroom instruction. Visalia Unified is a data-informed system committed to continuous improvement and equitable outcomes through a balanced assessment approach. Our system goes beyond measuring student performances. It provides us insights into instructional practices across classrooms, schools, and at the district. It distinguishes between district-led assessments aligned with our strategic goals and site-selected assessments tailored to the individual school needs. We are developing a robust professional learning plan, ensuring that educators are equipped to effectively use data. This includes training on data analysis protocols, leveraging our assessment platforms, and implementing tiered systems of supports for students. PLCs are pivotal in this process, using assessment data to support teachers in analyzing results, identifying students' needs, and adjusting instruction in real time. Having clear, consistent, relevant data empowers our PLCs to respond strategically to student learning. While we continue to explore best practices, we are actively refining our assessment system. For teachers, this offers actionable insight to guide instruction. For student, it supports personalized learning. For families, it provides clear and transparent communication about progress. We are currently designing and implementing comprehensive literacy and math plans to ensure every student receives rigorous, coherent, and standards-aligned instruction across all schools. We've established a strong foundation by adopting high-quality, standards-aligned resources that go beyond instructional tools. They reflect our commitment to consistency, access, and meaningful learning for all students. To ensure effective implementation, we are providing comprehensive professional learning for educators, focusing not only on using resources, but also on evidence-based practices like the science of reading. This learning will empower our teachers to understand language development and tailor instruction to meet our students' needs. We will be launching the year with defined structured literacy and math blocks. These blocks provide consistent designated periods for focused instruction, ensuring that students receive sufficient time to develop essential skills in reading, writing, and mathematics. Next year, students in our classrooms will engage in rich learning experiences where they build their core knowledge, develop essential skills, and engage in critical thinking. Whole group instruction will connect directly to grade level standards and text, ensuring that every student has access to rigorous content. During small group instruction, students will receive targeted supports, whether for intervention or enrichment, based on data from ongoing assessments. Our teachers will have access to the support and resources they need to deliver high-quality, differentiated instruction that meets the diverse needs of their students. I'm excited to end with our action on designing and implementing an advanced learning plan for elementary and middle school that expands our opportunities for all students to engage in enriched and accelerated learning. This academic year, it was our initial goal to ensure that every school offered at least one advanced learning opportunity. I am excited to report that as of February, on average, sites offered 7 advanced learning opportunities, ranging from the spelling bee, robotics, Odyssey of the Mind, and many other options. We're also working cross-departmentally with our Extended Learning Opportunities program to explore how we can continue to enrich student experiences outside of the school day, ensuring that advanced learning is not limited to the classroom. For the 25-26 school year, a significant systems level shift is that for the first time, every school site will write a goal related to advanced learning in their school plan for student achievement. This ensures that each school is intentionally planning for enrichment and challenge. It guides district level support and resource allocation. This work is not about isolated programs. It's about creating a system-wide culture where advanced learning is expected, planned for, and celebrated. I would now like to welcome up Natalie Garza, our Executive Director of Student Services.
Good evening, board. You've gotten to hear about theme 1, and I'm excited to talk about theme 2.
empowering students, engaging families, and the community. Visalia Unified has amazing students, and we believe that student success is rooted in positive, meaningful relationships, the kind that affirm each student's worth, nurture their well-being, and provide for the support needed to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. To achieve this, we continue to build systems and opportunities that ensure students are seen, heard, and supported. This evening, I will share whether through student acknowledgement systems, making our conduct code more accessible, transition planning, family outreach, or expanding opportunities for student voice, we are working together to create environments where every student can succeed. BUSD has outstanding students, and we want to celebrate them. Currently, we are reviewing existing recognition systems. We are committed to implementing a consistent district-wide student recognition system that celebrates a broad spectrum of accomplishments in all schools. This system will move beyond traditional areas such as academics, athletics, visual and performing arts, and character to also honor student contributions in leadership, service, innovation, and personal growth. This will ensure that every student will have a meaningful opportunity to be seen, valued, and celebrated for their unique efforts and achievements. As part of our commitment to fostering safe, respectful, and inclusive school environments, we have a comprehensive student conduct plan. This initiative is designed to promote consistency, clarity, and fairness in how we support student behavior across all campuses. A key element of this plan focuses on equipping teachers with training in Tier 1 embedded practices, emphasizing the intentional use of routines and procedures to establish positive classroom environments. We know students who are engaged in their learning are less likely to engage in off-task or disruptive behaviors. To reduce distractions and support a focused learning environment, we will ensure that the board's cell phone policy is clear and visible. This will ensure consistent expectations and discipline steps that are uniformly applied across all school sites, helping students and staff stay aligned. In addition to structured policies, we are also prioritizing positive communication through regular civility talks. These conversations, held with students at each campus, reinforce respectful behavior and a sense of responsibility within the school community. Students are not only reminded of expectations, but are also engaged in understanding the why behind them. Our conduct plan includes a set of clear and consistent consequences for inappropriate behavior applied across all campuses. This supports a fair and predictable approach to discipline that builds trust with students, families, and staff. To reinforce this system, conduct code posters outlining behavior expectations and consequences will be displayed in every classroom. These visual cues serve as daily reminders of the shared norms that guide our VUSD school communities. As a system, we are ensuring our district-wide conduct code is clear, fair, consistent, and visible. This comprehensive approach is about more than just rules. It's about building a culture of respect, accountability, and support where every student is set up to succeed every day. Listening to our students and truly understanding their needs is one of the most important things we can do to support their success. While having a student board member at the table is a meaningful step. Thank you for being here, Riley. We recognize that there's more we can do to elevate student voice across the district. This year, we've taken intentional steps to expand those opportunities. We've hosted 6 superintendent advisory meetings, creating regular and purposeful spaces for elementary, middle, and high school students to share their experiences, provide feedback, and influence the direction of key initiatives. At the high school level, we've grown the USAV Student Representative Program, broadening participation and ensuring diverse representation from across our campuses. This work is far from finished. As we move forward, student voice will continue to shape how we design and implement our initiatives, and next year, all feedback will be shared with site principals to further this work and strengthen school site ownership. Our goal is to ensure that students are not only heard, but actively involved in decisions that impact their educational journey. As a board, you made clear through your priority student outcomes that you wanted to see all of our students actively engaged in school-based activities. We believe that students thrive when they feel connected to their peers, their schools, and their passions. This year, we made a priority to ensure that every student has access to at least one meaningful activity that supports their growth beyond the classroom. We have implemented a way to gather data about how students are engaging in activities with their schools. Whether through expanded learning opportunities, arts, sports, leadership, or clubs, our goal is the same: to ensure that every student feels connected, valued, and involved in school life. These meaningful activities not only enhance the student experience, but also support academic achievement and overall well-being. By intentionally monitoring student participation in these activities, we're able to identify students who aren't yet connected to a meaningful experience and take proactive steps to help them discover their interests and build a sense of belonging. We know when families are informed and engaged, students are more likely to succeed. That's why this year we focused on creating a more accessible and connected experience for families across the district. To support this goal, we've been designing a centralized one-stop shop platform through PowerSchool where families K through 12th grade can easily access the tools they need to stay involved in their child's education. This platform will provide families with real-time access to student records, grades, attendance, and assignments, giving them a clear picture of their child's academic progress. Just as importantly, it will offer direct messaging features that allow parents to communicate easily with teachers and school staff, building stronger, more timely connections between home and school. As we move forward, we are actively developing a plan to launch our new communication platform. This plan will include staff training and clear guidance for families to ensure a smooth transition and effective use of the tool. Our goal is to strengthen the partnership between home and school because student learning is most powerful when communication is clear, consistent, and collaborative. And finally, I'd like to share how we've supported some of the most critical moments in a student's educational journey: transitions. Our data clearly shows that these periods can be challenging, so this year we took a proactive approach. We intentionally designed transition experiences at key points to help students, families, and staff build meaningful connections with their new schools. By planning thoughtfully and collaboratively, we aim to ensure smoother, more successful transitions as students move to the next stage of their education. For our youngest learners, we focused on early and consistent support. For students requiring more personalized support, over 200 transition meetings were held or scheduled to ensure their individual needs were addressed as they moved into transitional kindergarten or kindergarten. To welcome families into the school community, we hosted TK open houses with over 300 families attending district-wide to get to know their new campuses, meet staff, and build early connections. We also launched our new TK Summer Roundup program to ease the preschool to kindergarten transition. 148 students are already registered across 2 sessions, and space is still available. So if you know anyone, ask them to sign up. To further support readiness, we created a virtual parent university, which provides families with accessible resources and guidance to help prepare their children for TK or kindergarten. At the upper grade levels, we worked within our feeder system to design thoughtful, site-specific transition plans for students moving from 6th to 7th grade and 8th to 9th grade. These plans included a variety of supports, including high school administrators and support staff visiting middle schools during lunch to build early relationships, counselors leading registration meetings and guidance lessons, and students participating in off-campus experiences such as college visits and team-building outings to boost confidence and foster a sense of belonging. Across all these efforts, our goal remains clear: create intentional, supportive transitions that ensure every student feels connected, prepared, and excited for their next chapter in school. Now I'd like to introduce our Chief Operating Officer, Eric Kerr, who will share about Theme 3.
Good evening. Tonight, I'm honored to speak about Theme 3, of our strategic plan, organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Visalia Unified has amazing students, and we believe that fidelity to this theme is critical to our mission of every student learning every day. Our focus within this theme centers around resource and operational management and human capital. There are many initiatives within this theme that address equity, allocation of resources, policy and practices, safety, technology, human capital management, and community alignment. While many of these actions in the theme will not be implemented next school year, I wanted to cover some critical work that we're advancing ahead of implementation because the work is essential to support students and staff. In our initiative to enhance technological resources and systems, we'll begin work next year on our action to establish standardized technology specifications for every facility, classroom, school common space, and office ahead of full implementation. We've heard from students and staff that state-of-the-art technology is a critical component of effective instruction. So we're advancing the work to replace all outdated instructional technology in instructional spaces with our standard TV monitors that we have in new and modernized schools, very much like the monitors here in this room. This work will take place over the next year. In our initiative for safe, secure, and innovative facilities, part of our action to establish and execute a standard safety and security equipment plan will implement the Verkada single point of entry intercom system, as well as updates to our TransFinder system ahead of full implementation of this action. The Verkada single point of entry intercom is wrapping up installation at all school sites and admin sites. And this past year, we conducted a successful pilot at 4 sites, and we've captured all the necessary data for full implementation for the 25-26 school year. With the implementation of this system, the single point of entry at all school and admin sites will be locked, and the public will gain access through the intercom system. They'll press the button, which will alert staff at the front desk, who can converse with the visitor via the system. They'll view them on the camera and ultimately be able to remotely unlock the door to allow access. The staff ID cards will also be used for access by staff. Training, both virtual and in person, will take place in June for school sites and in July for admin sites. The district-wide launch of this system will be in August of the 25-26 school year. We'll also continue implementing our TransFinder with updates where students, 100% student scanning, as well as our back to school hotline so that families can access transportation information ahead of the start of school. This slide just has a picture of the one pager on the left that has the instructions, and those will go out to the school sites. That'll also live on our website. In the center is a picture of the device that is installed at all of our schools and admin sites. And then at the far right is a draft of some of the district branded signage that will be posted there. We'll also be providing the sites and the site admin with talking points for the family, as well as kind of instructions on how to roll this out based on the input from our 4 pilot sites. Our next initiative, number 4, to ensure that all district facilities are safe, secure, and promote innovation. As part of our action to establish and implement and maintain standards for all athletic, CTE, and VAPA facilities, we're happy to announce that we'll be replacing the scoreboards in both the Mineral King Bowl and Community Stadium with state-of-the-art video scoreboards. We're currently wrapping up the design, and we plan to have a final plan to the board for approval in the coming weeks. We anticipate the work to take place this December through May. While we know that this work will cause some disruption to athletic programs and other events, we've worked diligently with staff and school sites to keep these disruptions to a minimum. Our next initiative for safe, secure, and innovative facilities. And finally, board, this is really around our facilities plan. You've already taken action on the short-term plan, but it is an action to implement a facility plan to address growth in the community and modernization of our facilities. As you know, the short-term plan included several steps to help us address the overcrowding at multiple schools across the districts. One of the first steps that you took was an adjustment that will go into effect to the boundaries at the start of this new school year, which better utilizes the district's facilities. The divisional teams have worked very hard to ensure clear communication has taken place so the impacted families are aware of this change. In addition, and because we know at times changes like this are challenging for students and families, we have taken extra steps to support the process. Things like special orientation events and unique engagement opportunities to make sure those students transitioning to new schools feel welcome and well connected. Another proactive step we took was to refine our school transfer policies. As you know, here in VUSD, we follow established education code policies that tell us families must be provided educational opportunities at their neighborhood school. Ed Code also tells us that families have the right to request a transfer to a different school as long as there is space available at the requested school. The changes to our processes have been designed to make this process much easier for our families and provide equal access to all. And finally, as part of the rebounding process, we have looked deeply at our most impacted school, Redwood High School. We want to ensure that we are honoring education code by making sure residents in the boundary are provided space at their home school. The Family and Community Resource Team is conducting a residency audit for all incoming ninth graders to Redwood. This pilot program is simply asking our families to verify their home residency to help us ensure we stay committed to our established residency policies. These steps, which are all part of the short-term plan, will position us to make accurate and efficient choices for the long-term process that will start this fall. I'd now like to bring up Mr. Mark Thompson to finish us up.
In closing, while the official start of the strategic plan is for the 25-26 school year, as you can see, we are diligently working on setting the conditions for our strategic actions that we'll be implementing next year, while also actively improving immediate opportunities to enhance our students' learning experiences from feedback we are receiving from our students, staff, and community. Over the past few years, you have heard regularly about bright spots and success stories. Tonight, you have also heard about success and bright stories. But what you also are hearing is about how the bright spots and feedback loops are now going to change to make a change to our entire strategic plan. And that's going to be done through our process of the strategic plan, each year being methodical and thoughtful of what we're doing, where we're going, following our research, implement, monitor stages to be systematic and long-term in our planning. We will continue to update you and our community on the ongoing progress of our strategic plan work and how it impacts our educational experiences of our students, staff, and community. Also, we will provide you with how we perform annually on priority student outcomes that were set by you, the board, as well as state performance results to monitor student achievement. Board, we are poised and ready to radically improve our student outcomes with long-term systematic change. Thank you for your ongoing support and commitment and committing to your vision to ensure that every student is empowered to achieve academic success, academic and future success. At this time, we'll remain for any questions. Obviously, we have a whole team, but if you have any questions, we can bring up different partners. Thank you.
Any questions? Go ahead, Trustee Young.
Hi, I have a question on page 4 for the graph. The prioritization of actions.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what individuals or groups of individuals were pulled for that?
Mr. Dillon?
Sure. So that graph represents all of the staff members who participated in the superintendent connection visits that took place over the last 18 months. The graph specifically highlights those issues that were elevated as one of the top 3 issues from one of those, all of our 42 school sites.
Because one of the things I notice is behavioral support, consequences for behavior. I'm assuming it's cut off, but I'm assuming that's the term. Staffing and assistance, and then student behaviors, which a lot of those are linked to student behavior. I know back last year, I had a lot of input from teachers and individuals about behavioral issues with Visalia Unified. Is there any reasoning for why that perspective is that way? Just from my own perspective, I haven't seen any widespread evidence of that. So I'm curious why we're saying that the staff is feeling that's
Sure.
that's
No,
all
I
right.
think that reflects, we know on each campus, we have the majority of our students, to your point, are doing exactly what they need to do. But we also know that we have some students who, despite classroom support, may need extra additional support. And what I heard throughout the visits was from our teachers, hey, we just need more specific training and support around what do we do? How do we make sure the routines and procedures we're setting up in our classrooms are effective to even capture more of those students so that they don't become a challenge? And so one of the things, what you're seeing in the priorities or the actions that we're prioritizing are several things. First of all, a new intentional effort around how we train staff before back to school on setting up classroom routines, procedures. Most teachers will tell you if you don't do that well at the beginning, your whole year, is going to be interesting. And so we're going to be having intentional training, which hasn't been a district-wide focus before on those things. That's one of the things that the action talks about that we're doing and enhancing. The other piece, again, all these are interrelated. You noticed in there pieces around the cell phone and pieces around the code of conduct being clear with consequences. So one of the things, and while it sounds simple, it really is not, in the sense of our code of conduct will now be moving into more of a flow chart type form so that parents and teachers can see what is classroom managed, when does it become office managed, and what are the range of consequences for that. Because what I heard from a lot of teachers at the sites are, we just want to know what's happening when certain things happen. So it's a matter of reformatting those things so that they're more accessible. The visual reminders. The other thing I heard is, hey, how can we be consistent on each school site and around our campuses? And so an example of that would be what you see with the cell phone policy, which I also heard from a lot of teachers and a lot of parents and students, inconsistencies. And so we're essentially saying, as a district, our policy says cell phones must be turned off or put away during classroom instruction. We're not going to take cell phones from students. I heard that clearly from our student advisories and our parents. They want there to be the access at the appropriate time. And so now there won't be a cell phone implementation left up to individual sites. It will be district-wide. There'll also be visual reminders and posters for that will go in every classroom to help teachers. So it's not this classroom or that teacher. This is what we're doing as a system. It doesn't matter what high school, middle school, or elementary school you go to. Here are your 5 or 6 consequences should you have that infraction, which will all be visible and shared with parents and families and teachers before we start the school year. So it's not indicative of we have a lot of students that are, out of control or whatever. It was more of we want more consistent practices and more support and training around how we establish systems within our classroom so that all of our students are on task every day.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, it's a lot more of how do we manage the behavioral issues that we do have. So more to the support side.
Trustee DeMoyen?
Yeah, I think behavior has been one of my issues. And it has improved vastly, I would say, since I've been on the board. But now you're bringing clarity. I think there was a lack of clarity. What do we do if a kid does this or the kid does this? The clarity is amazing. And I think that'll help immensely. Also, you tie that with the instruction. Kids who are engaged, they don't cause as many behavior problems. And so training teachers on those embedded practices and will help immensely. And the other thing, this is like amazing. The other thing I love is I know we've made that effort since Superintendent Shrum's been here, but now even more intentionally making sure that each kid is connected to that school. Because when you're connected to the school, your behavior problems will go down. because they care about the school and they care about their class and they care about their teacher. And that'll make a huge difference. So I just can't wait till the end of the next school year to see how this all plays out. So thank you. Thank you. A lot of work ahead. Thank you.
President Naylor,
Go ahead, Trustee Bell.
if I could also make a comment that the clarity that Trustee Gamoya mentioned is also for everyone in our community, for all of our parents as well as students, that as we, as Superintendent Shrum, you've made it very clear, have established a code of ethics, an expectation of what do we expect every day in every classroom from every student, now also for every teacher, because I think we have a climate where we think that, oh, the state of California has made it so difficult, you can never discipline bad behavior. And that's not entirely true. Yes, there's been a lot of massaging of what is acceptable. Of course, we don't have the Board of Education applied to the seat of knowledge that we had when I was in high school or younger, because we were concerned about it being capital punishment rather than progressively moving students into a more positive behavior mode. But what we do have, and we are establishing, is what's expected, how can we measure it, and that all of our teachers and all of our administrators have the support they need to make sure that students really are held to an account, and that discipline is a part of that, but that behavior is now an expectation. It's on a positive level of this is all we have to do. All we have to do is put our phones away, treat others as we would like to be treated, and we can actually create a positive culture. And I appreciate and I applaud, I want to call you deputy, it's coming soon next month, Assistant Superintendent's comments too, Mr. Thompson, that we are moving forward to something that we can measure. We can also look at the data, as Mrs. Garza pointed out, and as well as Mrs. Phillips pointed out. It will inform us of then how to treat our students, and then therefore give more training for our teachers and administrators to move it forward, not just saying, wring our hands, oh, it's all getting worse and worse. No, it's not. It can get better because we're expecting and also very honestly demanding, this is the bare minimum, let's do this.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Trustee Zhang.
I have one more thing I just thought of, thanks to Trustee Belt. Like a lot of the theme two, talking about connectiveness, what would be like some examples of success criteria for improving like behavioral support in the classroom? Because I know, like, especially for like UVA, we talk a lot about success criteria to make sure that what we're actually practicing is having like the desired effect.
Try to answer that as best I can. I mean, along with everything else, our site leadership teams look at classroom disruptions. They look at, what's logged in PowerSchool. How are we, tracking students to the right level of support? Other things from students that are in our OCI program, recidivism, like when they come back to the classroom, are they successful? So lots of different things, also from a district lens, looking at how are things consistent from classroom and school so that we know consequences are the similar across the board. So those would just be, I don't know if I'm adequately answering the question, but those are some of the things that we look at and monitor.
President.
Trustee Gamey.
And I think just to touch on something that Trustee Gamoyan said, I think the ultimate success is that students are doing better academically. I think, you brought up a great point that we see students, especially sometimes in secondary, that from one class to the other, they're a completely different student. And so even connecting back to Ms. Phillips talked about really refining the assessment system, and it's so crucial that we know our students academically, and it's such a great place to start, and really that assessment literacy so we know what to do with the data, because when we know our students academically, then we can connect to them, and in the end, it is why we're here. Most of our students are probably actually here for athletics or band and not like math class, but we hook them with those things because really we exist for learning, and the more connected they are, the more chances we have to, hook them and educate them and show them, that they do kind of have that future. So definitely appreciate all the work towards that. And again, especially, starting with that assessment system, because all the materials in the world, if you don't know what to do with them, or don't know your students, then they're only somewhat effective. So thank you very much for all your work on that. And just kind of my 2 cents there.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Naylor. And thank you to my colleagues for all of our conversation around, student behaviors and expectations. I very much appreciate some of the additional clarity that we've been discussing. And I hope that as we look towards metrics, I know that we've been tracking and we have our state dashboard, which looks at suspensions and expulsions. But one thing I would like us to also track and pay attention to throughout this process is how we're using trauma-informed practices when it comes to students, when it comes to changing behaviors and transforming behaviors. How are we engaging with trauma-informed practices? How are we engaging students in these conversations to make sure that we're using the best tools possible to make sure student behaviors are great? So would definitely appreciate conversations about that moving forward, and appreciate staff for all the work you've done. Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you so much for all your hard work. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on to general public comment, item number 6. General public comment on any topic not on the agenda may be heard at this time. If you have public comment on an item listed on tonight's agenda, there will be an opportunity for you to share your comments at the time the item comes up for discussion by the board. Pursuant to board policy, the board will limit individual comments for general public comment to no more than 3 minutes and individual topics to 20 minutes. To comply with the Brown Act, California's public meeting law, board discussion is limited to items on the agenda. Therefore, when receiving public comment, for items not on the agenda, the board's role is limited to receiving such comments, and the board may not engage in dialogue with the public. The board thanks the public for its participation in public comment and understanding of the board's responsibilities. It is recommended that you begin your comments by stating your name. And I have a couple of green slips, so I'll first call Sandra Reimer. Oh. Okay. Tarek Elskarga. Okay. By stating your name.
Yeah, my name is Tarek El-Sharkawi, and I'm a teacher at Golden West High School. I teach chemistry and AP chemistry and earth science this year. I'm speaking because some of my students asked me to speak for them, and I understand that the district recently hired a consulting group, and I think its name is ABLE. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that, but one of the findings, it seems that they found was that some classes that we have have smaller numbers, and usually those are some of the upper level classes that we have, and so it seems that we have an increase. We're going to have an increase of our student population next year at Golden West, but we don't have an increase in the number of FTEs to accommodate the increase in that student population. And I feel like that forces admin to increase the number of students per class, and is causing a collapse of some of our higher level classes like AP Chemistry, AP Calculus, AP Spanish Literature, Chamber Choir. So all of those classes next year aren't going to be offered at Golden West. And so I just feel like we're limiting some of our higher achieving students, and we want to make sure that they have all the opportunities that they have to be successful and competitive. And we have some students even here. Some are in my class, and I had several students this year that ended up getting into really good schools from being in AP chemistry, and got into fields like forensic chemistry. They are pre-med students. And so it is something that's concerning if I feel like we're hiring a group to help our students, and it seems like this maybe had a negative effect rather than a positive effect on our students. And obviously, this is only one finding. I'm sure they had some other insights that were valuable, but it seems like this issue is something that isn't in line with our mission and vision of supporting all of our students, including our high achieving students. And I just wanted to make sure that I brought that to the board's attention. And like I said, I'm speaking on behalf of my students. A lot of them asked me to make a comment. So thank you.
Thank you. Vito Wessel.
Hello, my name is Vita Wessel. I'm a mom of 3 young kids. My oldest is finishing up first grade. And we somewhat recently moved to this community. I also have to say this is my first board meeting, and this was extremely entertaining, and the energy was great. So I think I've been missing out. But honestly, I'm here tonight simply as a parent. I have wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind since the first day we moved here. When we moved here, I did everything I could to get involved. I joined the PTA, became a room parent, volunteered. I'm at pickup and drop off almost every day. I'm extroverted and proactive, and I even work with tools that designed specifically to help parents build in-person community. But even yet with all that involvement, I've noticed something surprising just meeting a lot of moms in the area. And they've shared that they just feel disconnected and they're showing up, doing all the right things and still struggling to form the relationships that they've hoped for. And I've seen this firsthand too with families wanting to connect, but don't have like the structure or tools to make it easy. And as a room parent, it's hard to do as much as you would like to do to help your teachers and your staff without having a school directory or having like direct communication with other parents. I like trying to coordinate a fundraising basket, a classroom gift for your teacher, or even like birthday party invites, and chasing down phone numbers or sending notes in backpacks has been a little challenging. But like at one point, my kindergarten came home with a friend's phone number that she got from a friend. It was 9 digits long. So obviously we didn't get in contact with that parent to invite them to the party. But it's not just about convenience. Last year, the U.S. Surgeon General issued an advisory about the loneliness epidemic with parents, especially how it negatively impacts children. And we know kids don't thrive when their parents feel isolated and unsupported, and that burden can land on teachers too. So, a couple things that we can do is, recognize that schools are one of the last universal places where real community can be built. That connection isn't just a nice to have, it's foundational. When parents are connected, kids do better, teachers are supported, and the school is stronger. And if we had a parent directory, right now, room parents who are here to support both families and teachers don't have a reliable way to reach out to other parents. We rely on Facebook groups or Instagram, notes in backpacks. And that system, honestly, unintentionally excludes dads, introverts, non-English speakers, and frankly, a lot of people that are willing to help. Uh-oh. But yeah, so basically just like coming from deep gratitude to our teachers, administrators, and staff and the endless work that they do every day, I feel like having a parent directory and being able to connect with each other would take a lot of work off their plates.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Christine Roberson.
Had it right the first time. It's Robertson. Good evening. My name is Christine Robertson. I have been teaching math in Visalia Unified for the past 33 years, and I'm here over the same concern that my colleague brought, that at Golden West High School, we are looking at cutting 4, possibly even 5 AP courses from our curriculum. We heard Mrs. Phillip talk about expanding access to these higher level classes, and yet what I'm seeing in practice is we're cutting those classes. I am the AP calculus teacher. Um, what I was told, what I was asked why this was happening is that was a district mandate based on information that came from this group, this ABLE. And these courses did not meet the number of students that they needed under those guidelines. And that's why they were canceling them. Now, we've had this conversation as math teachers before, and we understand that these small classes do impact the numbers in the others, but we all have felt like it is worth it to have these AP classes because these are our kids that go into our STEM-related courseworks in college. I have a student graduated last year. She's just started her journey. She wants to become a cancer researcher. I have one that wants to be a math professor. She's kind of at the end of her journey, but as a sophomore, she was actually hired as an assistant to a professor, and she was teaching calculus as a sophomore in college. I have another one, third year in her doctorate program at MIT in microcellular biology. These courses are important. These are the courses that produce these students that go into these STEM-related coursework. We spend a lot of support. We have a lot of support for the students that need extra help to get through high school, like our Math Assist programs. But at the other end, I feel like we are letting these kids down. These kids have done everything that they have been asked to do for years. In fact, to meet the prerequisites for AP Calculus, it has to start in junior high because they have to start at Math 2 in order to get all the way through to that. So I am just asking you that as you are considering the master schedules, is this the best way for us to determine what classes are worthwhile? Because these are the courses that get our kids into those highly competitive colleges and also into those STEM degree futures. So thank you.
Thank you. Patrick Hemphill?
Good evening, board. My name is Patrick Hemphill. I'm your current VUTA president, and I have a short prepared little thing for you, but I would be remiss if I didn't briefly comment on some of the things that have been talked about tonight. So quickly, on the point of some of the earlier things, as I travel the district, behavior is also something that I hear a lot about. And so I appreciate the sort of holistic look to start to address the sort of tier one basic level concerns. I would just encourage also, though, that we also continue to remember we have outliers to that, and that there also need to be strong systems in place and continue to work on refining those systems for those outliers, because they can have a big effect on things. And so that was the first point. Second, I have been involved also in a lot of the trainings with ABLE and the things that have been mentioned tonight. And I understand the needs and the efficiencies and a lot of the things that play into that, but also near to my heart, coming from a small school, a small high school, our smallest high school in the district where I taught forever. I realized that efficiencies don't always tell the whole story. And so I know administrators have been strapped with looking at how to meld their things into the efficiencies that ABLE has recommended. But I also can say with confidence that efficiencies don't always tell the whole story. And so I appreciate the comments of my colleagues tonight. Very quickly, in what I have prepared, I just wanted to quickly address you tonight and make you aware of an event that's happening, and maybe even invite you to attend. CTA and many of our local units are organizing this event in an attempt to be proactive in lobbying our members of Congress to protect federal education funding in the upcoming budget. The focus of the event that is being coordinated is to bring attention to this issue and to inform the public of the consequences of the loss of federal education funding. As you likely know, our district receives more than $30 million in federal funding on a yearly basis. And these monies include Title I, special education dollars, school meal funding, CTE, all kinds of things. Almost all, though, that they have in common that they go to support some of our most needy students. We don't rely on these monies as much in California as some other states do, but it's still a significant part of our budget. And like I said, centered around students with great need. To that end, this Saturday, March 17th, there will be a Fight for Schools rally that is being organized at Hanford Civic Center Park at 11 a.m. It's to coincide with a number of other rallies taking place across the state: Los Angeles, San Diego, Sacramento. Ours is the only one being held in a non-major metropolitan area, so we hope to have a good showing. We're there to really to hopefully make the public aware of what is at stake. We don't believe it's a political issue. It's more of an issue of protecting funding for our neediest students. And so we believe a proactive approach needs to be taken because we don't want to see cuts that will end up meaning horrendous things for our schools when it's too late. And so I would invite you to join if you feel so inclined. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Seeing there is none, we're going to move on to item 7 on the agenda, the consent agenda. Would any board member like to pull an item from the consent agenda? So then may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Is that Belt? Motion by Trustee Viega, seconded by Belt. Announce the vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student votes yes.
Moving on to item number 8, student representative report. Mr. Riley Armis, Visalia Charter Independent Study. Welcome. We're excited to have you with us. And you look so professional, so I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
Thank you again. I'm going to do the board report on all the different high schools, starting first with El Diamante. El Diamante held its annual Minor Expo, where seniors competed for Minor of the Year and other awards. The week ended with a spirited rally showcasing student talent and school pride. On May 10th, it saw over 1,800 VUSD students dressed in their finest for a night at the Bayou. It was a wonderful night for all VUSD high schools as they enjoyed dancing, decor, refreshments, and time with friends. El Diamante, ASB, is busy planning the end-of-year celebrations, which include senior brunch, senior sunset, and class of 2025 graduation. El Diamante VAPA has held end-of-year performances, the dance on April 24th to 25th, band and orchestra on May 5th, Drama Springs Showcase on May 15th and 16th, and Choir Spring Show coming soon. El Diamante VAPA students have won many awards at the VHS-PAS, the USD Art Show, and Slick Rock. 126 seniors were awarded $137,750 worth in scholarships at Senior Scholarship Night. 896 minors participated in at the El Diamante Annual Catch-Up Day, where minors raised their grades by catching up on missing assignments. Data from the event yielded a 5% decrease in all grades D's and F's. All participants enjoyed a hot dog with ketchup, chips, drinks, and dessert. Moving on to Golden West, on May 2nd, Golden West High School hosted their annual talent show. On May 9th, Golden West hosted their annual dance showcase. On April 15th, Golden West Drama hosted an amazing musical. And looking forward to Golden West, will hold a senior farewell assembly and senior sunset night on May 16th. Moving on to Mount Whitney. Mount Whitney had their annual VAPA rally on May 9th. Mount Whitney Scholarship Night is May 15th. Mount Whitney had their Cultural Food Day today for students to enjoy lunch celebrating all of the amazing culture on campus. Mount Whitney is hosting a senior barbecue on May 16th, where seniors will watch a slideshow of their 4 years on campus. Moving on to Redwood. Redwood Dance hosted its annual dance show road trip last week, featuring exciting performances and strong support from students, friends, and families. ASB held the Battle of the Classes rally on Friday, where students competed in 12 back-to-back games to earn points for their grade levels. Several Redwood students won awards at the 10th annual VHS-PAS, with winners chosen by students from other high schools. Redwood's BTSC hosted its Raising Grades event in partnership with Raising Canes. The focus of the event was to support freshman students in making up missing assignments and improving their academic performance before the end of the grading period. 624 out of 688 freshmen participated, and over 1,100 students participated in total, working diligently to raise their grades with the added incentive of earning a free meal at Raising Cane's. This event created a positive and productive environment, emphasizing the importance of academic accountability and school community partnerships. Now on to Sequoia. In late April, a team from the Sequoia High School attended the California Continuation Education Association Plus conference in San Diego to accept the prestigious Model Continuation High School Award. During the event, science teacher Miss Sophia Pacheco and PE teacher Mr. Gabe Saldana presented innovative programs unique to Sequoia, both of which were very well received by the attendees. On May 8, students from Miss Pacheco's forestry class participated in a walking field trip to Delta Mosquito and Vector Control District. During the visit, they learned about various mosquito control methods aimed at eliminating or reducing breeding sites, as well as strategies for minimizing the risk of mosquito-borne diseases in our community. On May 20th, Sequoia High School will host its scholarship award recognition event for students and their families. They said, "Congratulations to all of this year's scholarship recipients. Well done, Mountaineers." Moving on to Visalia Charter Independent Study, VCIS hosted their annual Performing Arts Showcase this past Friday, May 9th, at the L.J. Williams Theater. Students from their dance, acting, vocal, and instrumental classes had the opportunity to showcase their hard work and learning from the school year. VCIS is so proud of their math teacher, Mr. Goodman, who we saw earlier, who was recently selected as the KSE 24 Educator of the Week. Mr. Goodman embodies all of the great qualities of VCIS and VUSD. Last night, VCIS celebrated over 90 VCIS students at their academic award night or scholarship night. Seniors received multiple outstanding scholarships, and over 80 other students at all grade levels received awards for their outstanding academic achievement. VCIS is engaging students in Mental Health Awareness Month during the month of May. Students and staff have been participating in dress-up days and lunchtime activities to raise awareness of mental health to promote kindness throughout the campus. And then last but not least, VTech, Visalia Technical Early College. Their Spanish club hosted a Hispanic Heritage celebration complete with mariachi band, and our families enjoyed the event on May 2nd. The VTech FFA hosted their annual spring banquet complete with dinner and awards, and their Scholarship Foundation will host the annual scholarship night for VTech students on May 29. VTech FFA will host their annual goat yoga session on May 30th at 12:05. So that concludes the report from all the other campuses, but I also wanted to share a brief update from our most recent USAV meeting held in April, where we focused on a critical component of the student life that we have, increasing access and engagement in school-based activities. So our meeting centered around a key action item on the VUSD strategic plan, which we've talked a little bit about, ensuring that all students can participate meaningfully in school activities that help them feel connected and valued. So our meeting focused on two key questions. First of all, what keeps students from getting involved and staying involved in their activities? So our answer to that was their common barriers included lack of awareness, fear of not belonging, scheduling conflicts, and limited transportation. And the second question, who tends to be most involved and who tends to be left out? Many students had observed that most involved students already have strong connections or are already in those high visibility groups like sports and leadership. And students from the underrepresented backgrounds, including newer students and those with outside responsibilities, often feel disconnected or unsure with how to get started. So we closed our meeting by brainstorming ways to increase the participation, spirit, and connection with these activities. These ideas were creating more and unique engaging events, gathering more student input before planning the activities, adjusting prices to eliminate the financial barriers for students, and thinking outside the box to design experiences that reflect the interests of all the students on campus. Thank you for continuing to listen to our student voices and for supporting efforts that make our campuses feel more active and connected.
Thank you. Very good report. Appreciate the update. Moving on to 9 board member reports, and we'll start with Trustee Villegas.
Thank you, President Naylor. I had the opportunity this morning to visit Crowley Elementary alongside Mr. DeMeo and Trustee DeYoung, where we saw lots of great learning in action with Principal Yang. Got to visit several classrooms, first, second, I think as well as fourth grade, but saw lots of great projects, math being applied in real life situations, and kids really excited about learning. So that's one of the really positive notes. And on a not so positive note, I wanted to highlight something that was mentioned earlier today, which is the potential cuts to education here in the district. And I want to say that these cuts are already happening as a result of Elon Musk and Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. Us, alongside with the Tulare County Office of Education, lost grants worth a combined $16.5 million. I'll say that again, $16.5 million as part of the Teacher Residency for Rural and Urban Education, or TRUE program, and Equity, Excellence, and Effectiveness in partnership with us here at the district. This was a program that was set to create residency programs to recruit, train, and place highly effective teachers here throughout the Central Valley. And so these are cuts that are already happening. Tulare County Office of Education already having to notify staff members that they may not have employment after June 30th, 2025. And so if this is something that frustrates you, that angers you, as it angers me, I encourage you to contact your members of Congress and your representatives to write a letter, to write an email, make a phone call to their office, and let them know how essential it is to continue to fund our schools, especially here in the Central Valley. And this is not even considering the potential cuts that we may see to programs for students with disabilities, Title I funding, all these things mentioned earlier. And so I highly encourage folks to speak out against these cuts and to fully fund our schools. And so a call to action, I encourage folks to get involved because, as mentioned earlier, this isn't a political, a left versus right issue. This is about making sure that we have funds to support our staff, to support our teachers, to support our students and our community more than anything. Thank you.
Trustee Gamoyen?
Just a couple things. I'm going to highlight a couple things in your report, Riley. I love that kids have a chance to bring their grades up and study and make a push for the last part of the year. And also the whole part where you guys discussed how getting students involved. I think that's really important because if student leaders are so instrumental in getting kids connected to the school. And so I love that you're doing that. I loved your list and thank you for that. That was awesome. I am going to Sacramento this weekend for delegate assembly. So Mr. Hempel, I kind of like to get together with you and talk about what you're going to be doing in Hanford, because that's a group that advocates for education. So before you leave, talk to me. And then the only last thing I want to say is I have loved going to schools and visiting schools. I have 2 more school visits Friday. And I just want to thank principals and teachers for letting us come in and bombard your classrooms. I have just thoroughly loved that. And thank you for letting us come on campus and see all the wonderful things you're doing. So thank you.
Trustee Gaby?
Well, first of all, thank you, Riley, for letting me know when Goat Yoga was. But again, kind of what Miss Trustee Gamoyen was saying, I mean, yes, the goats are fabulous, but the vibe out there at that lunchtime, I mean, the students and how they're all out there together and putting that on for each other. I think it's kind of like a testing break or celebration. And it's really being on that campus feels like a community. And so that's awesome. It really just does go back to connecting to school. So last 2 things is that I opened up AXA or magazine or whatever that one is for educators this month. And I saw a picture of our finance department. So apparently they won, I'm reading this because I don't know all these acronyms, the Association of School Business Officials International for the Excellence in Budget Presentation. This is the 2nd year in a row. And basically I also just bring that up to thank again our fabulous finance team. I think they get more awards than, we can count. or even know of. And thank you for keeping us fiscally solvent so that we can do all these great things for kids. And lastly, I think by the time our next meeting is, school will be out. So thank you to staff. Thank you to teachers, admin, classified, everybody out there that, every day you have that opportunity to positively impact kids. And thank you for not only what you just do every day, but those times you kind of go above and get to know our kids and help them believe in themselves and help give them the skills to be future ready. So thank you very much for another fabulous school year.
Board Member Belt.
Thank you, President Naylor. I think I am on task. I will have to ask our secretary, but it looks like I have completed all 42 school sites this year, which was my goal. And I appreciate, as Trustee Gamoya mentioned, that principals and teachers will let us crash with sometimes great fanfare. But this last week, to actually walk into a teacher's classroom who I won't name him, but the principal realized that he's probably not going to be real excited about 3 or 4 of us walking into his classroom. So, Mr. Belt, we'll let you go by yourself. And so, well, okay. So I walked in there and was as minimally as possible interrupting, just said, this is a really short teacher. He's not very short. And if you guys will listen to him, you'll learn a lot about math. And I'll leave you alone now. Goodbye. And it was very quick, very brief, probably the briefest classroom visit I've ever made. But that teacher knows who he is, and that I appreciate that he is there teaching high school math to these amazing students. I wanted to also bring up how there is so much activity happening, but I had a first this year. I was asked to be a talent show judge for Golden West High School, which was rather amazing to see the types of talent, the types of activities that these students, they had everything you can imagine. And it was actually very well done, well attended. Of course, it was an assembly. They were all there. All the students were there. But I also wanted to highlight our FFA program continues to be unbelievable throughout Visalia Unified. We went to the Visalia, the Mount Whitney FFA banquet the other night. They have over 400 students in FFA. That's remarkable, because when my kids were in high school, if you had more than a couple dozen, that was amazing. But that is happening throughout our district. And these students aren't just learning how to raise animals. They're learning everything from judging, all types of agriculture, speaking, doing speeches themselves, leadership qualities. It goes on, and pretty remarkable. The $137,000 you mentioned at LD's scholarship night the other night, I want to highlight, we have scholarship nights happening at all of our high schools. How do we thank our community? Because, like you said, individuals, corporations, service clubs continue to give. This is one of the most giving communities that I'm aware of. That one high school had $137,000 in scholarships. All of our high schools will have tens of thousands of dollars given to students. But I want to highlight one small company. You may have eaten their burritos and their taquitos, but the Reese for Kids Foundation from Reese Foods has had a corporate change. They're moving out of the Valley more and more. More of their employees are being reassigned and moving to Texas and elsewhere. But the Reese for Kids told me, the president of the foundation told me Thursday night, we will always give back to the students in Visalia and Tulare, because that's where we started. And I think, where is Dr. Kim, are you here? I think there was 25 students given $1,000 scholarships. From one company gave $25,000 on that night. It was an exciting evening. It's gotten so big that all of us who made presentations were in a green room down the hall, because they barely had enough room for all of the parents and family members to actually sit in their little auditorium. There's many more activities coming. I'm excited to see them all. We'll shake a few thousand hands in the next few days. But thank you again. As have been mentioned, teachers, administrators, an amazing, I'm looking forward to seeing what all of our test scores results are, because we've made 2 very concerted years of improving students' brains working on the right and left, as well as intentionally increasing our literacy, our phonics program, our math is getting more and more involved and intentionally making sure that we have a need for higher math in high school because we have made a better foundation for the younger ones. So thanks again to all of you. Enjoy a few weeks off. Not all of you get much off, but some rest days. And we'll continue to advocate for our students learning every day.
Trustee DeJong.
Thank you, President Naylor. I'm going to do all the tired-looking principals and admin in the room a solid and reserve my board report for next board meeting because we have 2 that I got to fill up, especially since we've gone a little long. But I would like to mention 2 things. I'm very appreciative of all public comment that we receive as a board. It is very important that we receive very diverse perspectives on any number of items, because that is how a decision should be made, not based off of input received just from a few, but from the many. So public speaking is not easy. And so I'd like to say thank you for everyone that takes the opportunity to inform us and give us their opinion. Last but not least, shortest board report ever. I would like to say happy birthday to Walter Gamoyan, whose birthday is at the end of the month. You do a lot for us to show how we're appreciated. And I wanted to say a public thank you to you and happy birthday. Yep, and that concludes my board report.
All right. Trustee and Board Clerk Odo.
Yeah, no report except to say that a school year is 180 days long, as I recall, and we're in the last 3.5 weeks. As I always used to say when I was at a school site, the school year doesn't wind down, it winds up. The pace just increases incredibly during the last couple of weeks. So thanks to all who work for the school district. Thanks to the kids for doing a good job in finishing strong and productively this school year. And we'll go from there.
I just want to reach out and just thank, again, kind of like Trustee Gamoyan said, I visited Shannon Ranch and Valley Oak Middle School. I just appreciate the principals, Dory Bingaman and Franco Gonzalez, for leading us around, taking the time to show us the classrooms. And it was nice to see the kids engaged, even though we are kind of ramping down. A lot of them were in testing, but they were focused and they were trying very hard. One other thing, I attended the Peace Officers Memorial last week, a great event involving, the community from all of Tulare County, your PD, your police department, the mayor was there, board of supervisors. But what stuck out was I heard this incredible choir singing when I first arrived. And I thought, gee, they sound so great. Coming to find out, it was our Redwood High School Chamber Choir that sang. So I'm just going to give a shout out to Redwood High School Chamber Choir for attending our community function, and all the people that I was around said, oh my gosh, listen to them sing. So kudos to them and to the director and for everyone involved in that. And I want to say have a great summer. You have 3 weeks to the end of school. So hang in there, and thank you for all your hard work. Sorry. Number 10, Superintendent's Report.
Thank you, President Naylor. Also echoing again the finishing strong. Want to encourage all of our students to make the right choices so that you can participate in those great events like promotion, end of the year activities, walking across the stage for graduation. And again, information is going to families about those events. So make sure to have a good experience, that you come prepared, that you don't bring things you shouldn't bring for students and for parents and families. And so again, all that communication will be coming out. We do have a few weeks left, and I know that everyone's focused on finishing strong. We know our instruction goes to the last minute, so we can make sure into that last day that every kid has what they need to also finish strong and be positioned well for the next school year. So thank you, teachers and staff, for your focus on that effort. And with that, that concludes my report.
Thank you, everybody. Moving on to administrative panel recommendations, 11.1. Recommended expulsions. May I have a motion to approve the recommended expulsions?
I'll second.
We have a motion by trustee Gamoyen, seconded by trustee Gaby. Please vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student representative abstains.
11.2, recommended reinstatements. May I have a motion to approve the recommended reinstatements?
All motion.
Second.
On a motion by trustees Young and seconded by trustee Gamoyen. Please vote. You're waiting for me.
Motion passes 7 yes. Student representative abstains.
11.3, recommended review continued expulsions. May I have a motion to approve the review continued expulsions?
I'll move.
I'll second.
On a motion by board member Gaby, seconded by board member Villegas. Have a vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student representative abstains.
11.4, recommended suspended expulsions. May I have a motion to approve the recommended suspended expulsions?
Motion.
Who said that?
Trustee Villegas.
And this.
And I'll second
Who seconded it?
trustee Belt.
Thank you. So we have a motion by board member Villegas, seconded by board member Belt. Call for the vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student representative abstains.
Moving on to 12, general agenda. 12.1, notice of intent to employ certificated personnel and approval of provisional internship permit requests. Our presenter is Assistant Superintendent of HRD, Mr. Ben Dillon.
Thank you very much. I'm going to do my best to channel my inner Riley with your poise and elocution. You did a wonderful job this evening. So the first item here is a request for the board to approve this provisional internship permit, or a PIP, for a specific teacher. The request would be that you allow us to move forward with this for the individual to receive the permit and provide this candidate the time to complete the requirements to demonstrate subject matter competency.
May I have a motion to approve the notice of intent to employ certificated personnel and approval of provisional internship permit request?
So moved.
I'll second.
On a motion by board member Gaby, seconded by Gamoyen, seconded by board member Gaby. Call for the vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student votes yes.
12.2, notice of intent to employ certificate personnel and approval of variable term waiver request for adapted physical education.
So as it says, we are requesting you to approve this variable term waiver. This is a very unique position. We have very few individuals who serve in this classification, and request that the board approve our ability to move forward and provide this individual the opportunity to be placed on this temporary waiver.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the notice of intent to employ certificated personnel and approval of variable term waiver request for adapted PE?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second it.
Okay, on a motion by board member Gaby, seconded by board member Belt. Call for the vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student votes yes.
I will thank my daughter for reminding me to pick up her hair products on my way home.
That's good. She'll appreciate that.
So approved.
Yeah. 12.3, final resolution and decision to terminate classified employees due to lack of work or lack of funds. Presenter Ben Dillon.
So board, as a reminder, on March 11th, the board adopted a resolution which ordered the reduction or elimination of certain classified services due to lack of work or lack of funds. And so in accordance with relevant board policy and education code, we move forward in noticing these employees. And so at this point in time now, as we've moved through the negotiation of those impacted employees, we are requesting that the board move forward and approve this resolution, which allows us to authorize and direct final written notice of layoff to these employees listed on the exhibit before May 15th, which means tomorrow, informing them if services will be reduced or discontinued as set forth in the exhibit laid out before you. I do want you to note know that in moving forward with approval, this also ensures that any laid off employees are entitled to applicable reemployment rights as well.
Is there any public or board comment? May I have a motion to approve the final resolution and decision to terminate classified employees due to lack of work or lack of funds?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
On a motion by Board Member Gaby, seconded by Board Member Goyan, call for the vote.
Measure passes 7-0, yes. Student representative abstains.
12-4, resolution to rescind preliminary notice of layoff.
Similar to what I shared earlier, the resolution that we're requesting the board approve is related to the action taken on March 11th, and then following up from there, notices that were served to effective classified employees at that time that their positions would be discontinued for the coming year. At this time, based on the results of bargaining and the effects of attrition, there is no longer the need to notice to lay off or take any action with these 11 employees listed here. And so as a result, we would be rescinding those preliminary layoff notices as quickly as possible tomorrow.
Any public or board comment? Go ahead, Trustee Jung.
All right, thank you, President Naylor. I had a conversation with you, Ben, earlier. For the benefit of the public, could you kind of reiterate why these 11 individuals are being rescinded?
Sure. So just to try to make it as clear as possible, when we have any individual in a classification that could be impacted by the effects of layoff, we have an obligation and a responsibility to notice those employees. When that happens, we notice all employees that could be affected at that time based on the information available at this time. This was back on March 11th. Then as a result of that, we work with our labor partners and with those employees to work through and bargain the effects of layoff. And what that means is that there are changes in FTE, for example, based on staffing allocations across school sites. And so some individuals end up moving into other positions and are impacted. Other individuals, as a result of that process, end up not being impacted through that process. And so these individuals who are listed on here are those individuals who were not impacted through that process, and therefore there is no effect to them. And so the initial notice that we provided is no longer required at this time.
Any other comment? If so, may I have a motion to approve the resolution to rescind preliminary notice of layoff?
I'll motion.
But I'll second. Yeah.
We have a motion by Trustee DeJong, seconded by Trustee Belt. Call for the vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student representative abstains.
12.5, resolution of release and non-reemployment of temporary employees. Mr. Ben Dillon.
Thank you, Board President Naylor. Requesting that the board approve this resolution to release and non-reemploy one temporary employee. Just for information purposes, temporary teachers at times are placed on a temporary contract because they are replacing either a teacher on leave, a teacher who was hired under categorical funding, or serving in a short-term position or a limited portion of the year. And so in this case, there is only one position that we are requesting you move forward to release as a result of those factors.
Any public or board comment? Yes, Trustee DeJong.
Yeah, thank you, President Naylor. No, I just have a quick question for my curiosity and knowledge of Ed code. Is there a class definition for temporary, like a temporary employee?
There is. Education Code 44954 includes that definition, and the information included on the BAI shared with the board and the reasons I just listed are actually found in Education Code.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Any other comment? May I have a motion to approve the resolution of release and non-reemployment of temporary employees?
So moved. I'll second.
On a motion by Board Member Gamoyen, seconded by Board Member Gaby, call for the vote.
Motion passes 7-0. Student representative votes yes.
On 12.6, warrant list, March 29th, 2025 to April 25th, 2025. May I have a motion to approve the warrant list from March 29, 2025 through April 25th, 2025?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
On a motion by Board Member Odo, seconded by Board Member Gaby, call for the vote.
Motion passes 6 votes yes, 1 abstention. Student representative abstains.
And that meeting is adjourned.